Okay.
Whoa.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear us? I want to make sure that they can hear us. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Can you hear our audio?
This is a check. This is a test. This is a check test.
If you can hear us, hit the number 8.
Nope, we got a 1, so they can't hear us. They can't. Oh, look at those 8s. Crazy 8s.
Okay, let's get the. What is that?
Brian, get out of
Producer
here.
cam? Yeah, no more producer cam. There's no producer.
There's no fucking producer.
Okay, everybody. This is Martin Luther King Day. We're celebrating MLK. We're doing a tribute.
This is a tribute
Stream. So go ahead and call in on our Discord. Eric is saying zoom the camera in, but we're not going to do that.
I'm going to do it. Eric, I'm going to leave in a second, so I'm going to do it when I leave. Don't worry.
He's going to zoom it out
what?
when he leaves.
What?
Yeah, because that gives it like isolation.
Oh, yeah, you feel that.
Gives it like a cool vibe.
You feel that.
So call in with that link that I posted. Okay, where is... Still, just the layout of Discord being let's just spread everything out all over everything.
Discord's a complicated... Whoa. Oh, I knocked out. That wrong over.
Okay. I pasted the Discord link in the chat at some point. Do I still have it? Let's see.
Paste. There it is.
There it is. Here's the...
You've got to be fucking kidding me. There's no keyboard.
Okay, well, somebody else paste that link because I'm not going back upstairs.
You guys, yeah.
That's on you. That's on you guys now. That's not on
Discord.gg/J. Oh, you got it.
There it is.
Thanks.
Rejects.
Rejects. Not for me. Not for me.
It was telling me to log in and shit. I'm over it. I'm over
you
it.
Guys,
I run up and down stairs.
Do you think
so
MLK was logging in when he didn't have a keyboard?
Yeah. No. He never logged in.
He couldn't figure it out either.
Let's talk to Cowfish.
Cowfish. What you up to, dude? What are you doing?
I'm cleaning up my room right now.
Oh, nice. How's the cleaning coming? Look at that bed. Wow. How's your night going, Cowfish? Ah, shit. Well, don't let me see that because I'm gonna judge you. Oh, is that dirty? Ew, ew. Okay, fair enough. Well, what are you into? What are we doing? I know we told you to call, and there's no real reason for this call. We're just doing it, right? You just thought on a lark, hey, I'll give this a shot. I'm not doing anything. I'm just cleaning. I'll take a break. And now we're talking to you, and you're on the spot. That sucks. Oh. It's a Smash event? Did you know about this, Rocco?
No.
I didn't know about it. Oh. All right. Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to just get it so that we could see the caller on the screen, but it doesn't seem like it's working.
Yeah. It's hard. It's so far away. Want me to bring the TV closer to you, Rocco?
Maybe. Sorry, we're testing this out.
No, everyone gets it. It's the MLK stream. We're just here loosey goosey, having fun, cleaning our rooms. I just like that, man, the bed frame you got there. It's very tall. Well, can I be honest with you? And I assumed that. I assumed it because I don't think a young guy like yourself would go to the store and go, "That's the bed frame for me," you know?
Yeah, honestly though, I think I should like after getting a nice bed, like you can never go back. Like
Yeah.
you spend so much time sleeping, like you should just invest in a nice bed.
Oh, so you're like a spokesman for Casper. Is that the bed, the mattress?
No, that's like this old, like super old,
Yeah.
90s, like
All right, thank you for your call. I'm gonna test a couple other calls.
Oh, we gotta go, but thank you. Keep cleaning your room.
Thank you.
I like your bed.
If anybody else is cleaning, let us know.
Let us know. I'm gonna have to go in a second, just so we know. I just want to jump in and say hi real quick though, because I do appreciate you guys hanging out, watching those '90s commercials with us. I remember every single one of those commercials
Oh, really?
that I've seen. There was no new one there.
Yeah, I remember most of them, especially on that last reel that was playing.
That was a good one.
Maybe nobody else is calling in. I
Oh,
can't figure this
see,
shit out.
Discord, man.
Discord is just like a wall of text.
And
It works, like it doesn't crash, but it's just kind of like walls, like columns of names and no real direction.
I feel like Discord is an application that I see all the time.
Yeah.
And I see people use it, and it's just like, this looks intimidating to me. This is not user friendly.
Zav B. Hello? Zav B. Zav B.
Are they muted? I think they're. Did they mute themselves? Oh, hello. Hey, we're just trying to get this to work. We're just, a couple of. Oh, there you are. Hi, dog. Where are you calling from? Australia. Oh, how's it going in Australia? It's all right. Cool. I heard that. I heard it was like 122 degrees Fahrenheit, which would be 50 something for you, right? Celsius? Oh, okay. I heard it was 50 some places. That's what I heard.
Okay, enough cleaning rooms and weather. Tell us some cool shit. Let's spice this up.
Oh, well, I'm going to go, so there's spice for you, Rocco. You asked me to be on this, and you're being a jerk about what I want to talk about.
No. I'm just trying to kick it to the next level.
Mm-hmm. You got what? Oh, what kind? Fuck yeah. Cool. What's your dog's name? Pink? Peggy. I like it. Okay.
How did you celebrate Martin Luther King Day today?
What? That's ridiculous. Hang up.
Yeah, I already.
Good. Fuck that. I'm gonna go. I'm so fucking mad right now.
Fucking ridiculous. Sure. Yeah, see, that's way cooler. Yeah, Kevin, how's it going? So, hold on, we're just adjusting the shot. They can't hear the callers? Jesus Christ. That audio is just not coming through. I'm going to see if I can get another thing to go wrong, and then we'll just stream all of it. Let's see. I don't even know where I would begin with that. Oh, man. Oh, output. It's outputting it to our TV instead of the computer, which makes sense, actually. It makes a lot of sense why it would go to that. So that's probably what it is. Sorry, everybody. Bear with us here. What about now? Go ahead. Hey, Kevin, can you talk? No. Okay. What about now? Can you talk now?
Oh, the chat sucks. The chat's so stupid. Can't hear me because
Uh-oh.
they got some stupid stuff in their ears.
Okay, they can hear
Oh,
you
they're
now.
fucking
Yeah.
idiots.
Yeah, the computer was
like a-
outputting the Discord was outputting to like a TV that's connected here.
Like I was saying, the chat's cool. I love everybody in the chat. I love Jordan Jones.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so cool. No, man.
Cool. All right. Thank you for helping me fix that. Is this all saved now? I think it is. Okay, Kevin. Did you have something to say?
No, I just want to say I went out and got some barbecue tonight with my parents, and I haven't seen them for a while, and it was a good night. Love Martin Luther King Day.
You haven't seen him since the barbecue?
No, I mean before that, I hadn't
hope
seen
they're
him in a
okay.
few weeks.
They're fine.
Kevin, I'll pray for them. I'm sorry.
Kevin, they're fine.
Kevin, I'll pray for
I don't
them.
think
It's
that's
not
right. That's
sounding
not very
good, but I'll
funny.
pray.
Goodbye,
That's not very
everyone.
funny.
Sean's leaving. Everyone do a Sean send off. That was harder to say than I thought. Sean send off. I was like, Sean send off. Rivers. Is it Philip Rivers? Who's Philip Rivers? Is that a football? Oh, he was on the Chargers?
Hello?
I could have sworn that was like a Bronco or something. No.
How's it going?
How's it going?
Good. How about you?
Good. We're just talking MLK talk.
Yeah, I got a lot to say about MLK.
Okay. We're not going to talk about that right now.
Oh. Okay.
What is your favorite number?
11.
Okay. Why?
Has a lot of meaning to me, specifically. Born in November, so it's sort of just that spiritual attachment I have to it.
Okay.
So, no, everyone's saying Stranger Things. It's not Stranger Things. I was born before
What's your
Stranger
favorite
Things.
Stranger Things quote?
No. The I like Eggos. Is that what they say?
Thank you. Okay. Who's next? Papa Lopez? Papa Lopez. Papa Lopez.
Hey, how's it going?
Yo. What's the point?
Yo.
What's the point of this call?
You know, I don't really think there is a point.
Okay, let's talk to Paul.
Yo,
Hey,
what's up?
how do you say your name on here?
My real name is Olle, but I just mash the keyboard when I write my name on social stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I have something to show you. I have some old, real, used in real cinemas posters. You can see
Okay.
them. You can see it. Here's the time. You can see the date where they were when they came out.
Yeah.
Like I have a Beverly Hills Cop, Snuten Hollywood 2, the Swedish title. And we got Die Hard 3,
Yeah.
Beetlejuice, Die Hard 1. We got a bunch. I don't know why I got these cocktail posters, but I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones here, classic movie, the third one.
Yeah. My favorite one.
Have you seen this one, Mississippi Burns? It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, okay.
We got Predator, Rovdjuret in Swedish. I have to get closer, excuse my camera work. Here we got some Back to the Future. Do you see it? Is it too dark?
Wow. I like the Back to the Future logo.
Yeah, I've never seen this artwork. I always seen this, this classic when they're signed
Yeah, of
by
course.
the Lord. But I've never seen this where they're like the classic car here.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen that in like books about like rejected posters that they didn't use, but I've never seen it used.
Oh, all right. Here we got E.T. This is really old. I mean, when was the E.T. released? Like 75? Or when was it again? I don't remember.
What, E.T.?
Yeah,
That was like
it says here.
82, I thought.
Yeah, maybe it was. I mean, it's really old. The paper's like yellow.
Who put the numbers and the dates on all of them? Who did that? You did that?
I mean, was a real cinema who used these wallpapers. Posters.
Oh, okay.
And here you have Lethal Weapon 2, Dödligt Vapen 2, Critters. Have you seen this movie? This is a classic.
Oh,
like,
Critters.
Rambo
Yeah, that
movie.
scared the hell out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah, man. They say fuck and everything in that movie, man.
Yeah,
That's
that was the
crazy.
scariest part.
And here we have the shittiest Jaws. But it's really cool. I like the poster. It's
Yeah.
cool. And Batman, the classic Batman.
Classic.
Yeah. Barn Forbidden, no kids allowed.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, kids.
Yeah, but even Naked Gun was a kid, no kids allowed.
Yeah, well, there were, Naked Gun. Enough said.
Yeah. And fun fact behind Naked Gun, there's Tony Soprano's mom.
Oh, yeah. O.J. Simpson is in that movie, too.
Oh shit, there he is.
Yeah.
We got
Interesting
Big.
cast.
This movie, I like this movie. It's kind of
Yeah,
fun
Big.
to watch.
Oh, yeah. Big is a classic.
Yeah. And Rambo 3. I don't know
Yeah.
what, I like the first one the most. Just, I feel like the Rambo movies are more like, the first one is a real movie,
Yeah.
but the 3 and 4, they're like action movies.
That was something. It's so funny. We were just talking about that a couple hours ago. The first
Oh,
Rambo is so like touching and heartfelt, and then 2 and 3 are just kind of like goofy.
Yeah. The final scene when he starts crying, man. Fuck,
Yeah.
man. No action movies like that. Even today.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's all. Man, I have more posters, but I live in Swedish and.
Is that
like,
how
I
you
have
celebrated MLK Day today? You put up the posters?
Yeah, man. Put up posters. Shout out my favorite MLK quotes.
Yeah.
The classic stuff.
What was your favorite MLK quote?
That one when he says "Big Daddy" something. I remember something "Big Daddy."
Yeah, something. Yeah, I don't know. In general, that's a pretty good
he
one.
must have played Bioshock or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm on the same page.
Yeah, well, that's all I got to show. So thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, thank you. That was a great call. Thanks again.
Thanks.
That was a good call. He had some interesting stuff to show. Let's talk to. Oh man, Big Joe Lynn. Is that your name? What is
What's
your name?
up? It's Big Jalen, but hey, how's
Big
it going?
Jalen. Okay. This TV is so far away, I can't read, but so I'm doing my best.
Happy MLK Day.
How did you celebrate today?
Being a lazy ass, I actually just ate a whole box of tagalongs. That's the best cookie.
Oh, that's sick. That's really.
I enjoyed it.
That's disgusting.
So good.
No, don't you know learn about the 7 deadly sins, and one of them is eating.
Really?
Yeah, eating a lot.
I helped the kids out.
Eating a lot of stuff. So don't do that.
Well, yeah, that was a bunch of calories. That's all right. Hey, it's all right. Once a year.
As long as you only eat once a year, it might be okay. What's everyone's favorite Girl Scout cookie? Was that your favorite?
It was by far the best.
Tagalongs?
Samoas are all right, but tagalongs are probably the best. Frozen, ideal.
I'm not a wait. You like those ones frozen? Tagalongs?
Yeah, those are pretty fucking good frozen. Yeah.
I have never been a fan of the put this in the freezer thing. Like I know people do that with certain candy bars or whatever. I've just never really been into that. Now, with Girl Scout cookies, I don't think they're necessarily bad by doing that, but I just don't care enough to do that. I think just being a lifetime of being fat, I just want to eat them as soon as possible. But tagalongs are up there. Maybe that's my number one. I don't like coconut stuff, but I do love the Samoas. But I think tagalongs might be my favorite too. I think I might be with you on that. Tagalong. I'm going tagalongs, and then what are the other peanut butter ones?
Are
those Do-si-dos?
Do-si-dos, that's a vanilla cookie or something. I don't know what those are.
Well, that would be my number 2.
I was almost hustled to buy a box of those too, but
you know what?
Hey.
No, fuck it. That's my number 1. Do-si-dos are my number 1. Tagalongs are my number 2. And then I'm going classic Thin Mint. I think Thin Mint's
perfect.
That's just classic. And then I'm going Samoa. That's what I'm doing.
Not a bad listen. I agree with
I'm
that.
going to go on a mint rant for a minute, okay? I'm going to go on a mint rant. And if it goes on, this could go on 2-3 hours. Who knows? So at any point you have to hang up, you got to, you take a dump or something. You go do what you got to do. But I'm going to go on a mint rant, okay?
Go for it. I'm
When I
put the time right
hear,
here.
you're in for the long haul. I hope you got a piss bottle nearby. Okay. When I hear the criticism about mint, for example, I hate mint chocolate chip ice cream. I hate mint flavored this. I don't like drinking a mint julep. The one prevailing criticism always floats to the top, which is, it tastes like toothpaste. Ew, I don't like it. It just reminds me of mouthwash. It tastes like toothpaste. Okay. Back that up. Humanity made toothpaste and mouthwash and all this other shit taste like mint so that it would be permissible, so that it wouldn't taste like a fucking chemical. We did that. Humanity did that so that we could tolerate it.
Yeah, it tastes good. Makes you hot. Girls
So
like it.
when somebody says, "Oh, it tastes like mint," that to me is the same as like, "Ew, I hate strawberries because it reminds me of a strawberry air freshener." Like that came after. This isn't a chicken and egg situation. Like that came later. So to me, when you won't eat mint, it because it reminds you of a chemical that was flavored so you wouldn't gag. I'm like, what? You gotta
Yeah,
like
God made that.
you gotta
It's a
like
blessed plant.
dewire your brain and rewire it appropriately and learn to get in touch with mint. What do you think? Agree, disagree?
I fully agree. That's God's green plant. Best one on the planet.
Exactly. So you gotta be respectful. You gotta trace it back and rewire yourself and enjoy the taste of mint. But when people say, "Ew, that's just the taste of toothpaste," "Oh, that's just the taste of mouthwash," that's not what those things are from. Like you gotta. Somebody in the chat is saying lemon sometimes reminds them of cleaner smell, and I get that, but that to me just says you got to eat more good lemon stuff instead of giving into that mental thing. Like, get past that. That's what I'm saying. Go eat some more lemon. Go have another scoop of mint chocolate chip and get into it. You can get past these flavor hangups. I guarantee it. With a lot of luck and a lot of determination, you can do it. I believe in you. So, agree, disagree, you tell me, everyone who's watching this. If it means stop brushing your teeth, do it. But do they have other toothpaste that doesn't taste like mint at this point?
Yeah, it's like a callback. Like mint's like going for like candies. It reminding you of candy. There's like cinnamon toothpaste.
Isn't there? Is there?
Peppered, yeah. There's probably bacon toothpaste.
I don't know about that.
It's
But
calling back to great stuff.
When I was younger, I had like bubblegum toothpaste. I didn't have I had mint too, but like for a while it was like bubblegum taste. So I don't know. But I'm telling you guys, mint is good. Get in touch with it. Mint stuff is not my favorite, but when done correctly, it can be good. Mint with I'm not a big dark chocolate guy, but you get mint involved, mint and hot chocolate, or and dark chocolate, match made in heaven. Mint,
Lovely.
dark chocolate and mint is a chocolate peanut butter situation. You know what I mean?
It's a
And
great
obviously you
combination.
do because you had tagalongs.
Oh yeah.
Well, what'd you think? Did you think we were going to get into such controversial stuff?
Nah, it doesn't matter. It's God made tagalongs. God made people. MLK, they celebrate everybody.
MLK
Everybody
loved
included.
mint. What do you think the M stood for? You know?
It all comes together. I never thought about this. I learned
MLK,
today.
mint liker king.
Junior, it's the second one in the line.
Yeah, junior, because there's more than one. So anyway, thank you for your call.
Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Have a good night.
Take care. Okay, let's talk to Millpool. Millpool.
Oh shit!
Is that what your name is? Millpool?
It is. Thank you for
Is that
having
like
me on
Deadpool?
this. No, it's just Simpsons reference.
Now, oh, okay. Now, what's your take on the mint situation?
Oh, I love mint. Big fan, but
Okay.
peppermint over spearmint.
What's that? Say that again.
Peppermint over spearmint.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
My favorite mint anything is probably like they have like mint candy cane ice cream during Christmas at like Disneyland, and I really like that. But
And
oh yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say what you were saying about toothpaste and how people rag on toothpaste because
Yeah.
they say, "Oh, I don't like toothpaste." It reminds me, my mum actually told me when she was a kid, they weren't particularly well off, and there weren't many it wasn't much candy around. But her and her brother used to sneak into the bathroom and they'd eat a little bit of toothpaste because to them it was like eating candy. So,
Oh my
there's
gosh.
still some love there for toothpaste.
Oh my gosh. Yes, Zomner in the chat. Yes, I love the candy that you gave me. But now I've sung the praises of mint. I defended mint. But I will say I understand there are certain things that are like too mint without much to offer. You know, there's too much of anything. I think Mentos are gross. Like I don't need that. Like that
I don't
that
like
to
mint
me
when
is
it's too
just like
sugary.
gum you could swallow. Like I don't really like that. I could go either way on junior mints. I could see those being gross.
See, we don't have junior mints in Australia, but
Oh,
I know
okay.
of junior mints from the Seinfeld episode where they accidentally
okay.
dropped the junior mint into the surgery. But I've
Yeah.
never had them. But I'm always
Yeah.
sugar-free for mints. I prefer sugar-free gum, that sort of stuff. So
Yeah. So I could kind of go either way, but on that. But like mint chocolate chip ice cream, that's not my favorite ice cream, but I think
It's good,
but
though.
it's worth defending, I think.
yeah.
Um
I wanted to talk to you about something, Rocco. If
Yeah.
that's all right. So just behind me here, I've got a little collection of Evangelion memorabilia. I
Yeah.
know you're a fan. There's one little item in particular I wanted to show you. So this is a map from. Do you know of the town of Hakone in Japan?
yeah.
So yeah, that's the setting for Evangelion, like inspired by it. Arno, loved the landscape and the countryside, and based a lot of it around Hakone. And
Okay.
the town in Japan has like embraced Evangelion as like a tourist thing. And so this is actually a map you can get that has the entire town on it, and then where different scenes in Evangelion took place, if it were real, and you can actually go around the town in Japan and,
Oh wow.
and visit some of the sites.
Oh, that's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went there a couple of years ago, these are actually really hard to find because it was made for the second remake film. And then when I went there, I was trying to find one, and I saw it in the gift shop. But then I went to ask at the counter, how much does it cost? Because it didn't have a price.
Yeah.
And my Japanese wasn't very good, and they said that it wasn't for sale. So I was, oh crap, it's not for sale. It's just for display or something.
Yeah.
And then I left and I checked out a different tourist site. And then I realized when I was there, what she was actually saying is you can only get it as part of like a combo. So what I actually needed to do was I had to buy this little set of buses, and it's two little buses that were like emblazoned with some Evangelion stuff on them.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't really want to buy that, but I needed to get it in order to get the map. So. Yeah.
I thought she was just going to tell you it was free.
No,
Like, not
no,
for
that
sale because it's free, you know.
No, she was saying seto, and of course set.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
When are you
feel
guys
like I
coming to
heard that a
Australia?
lot. I feel like I heard that a lot when I was over there and I tried to order stuff at restaurants.
Yes.
Like I only want this. No, you got to get the whole combo. I only want these noodles. No, you order this thing that has 5 things. I just want the noodles. No, set the. You know, it was like, okay. So then I got noodles and 8 other things I didn't eat. It was
Yeah.
like, okay, thanks.
But yeah, Rocco, when are you coming to Australia?
I don't know, man. I've always wanted to. But at the same time, people are constantly like, dude, I saw a spider the size of a horse.
That's so overrated.
Yeah, you don't see that very much, right?
No, no, no.
Okay.
You can try. I've got a biology degree, so I've studied like Australian wildlife
Okay.
quite a bit, and it's super overrated. The whole venomous thing, like swimming in the ocean as well. That's where the danger is really. The jellyfish and the sharks. That sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm not
On
doing
land.
that anyway.
But it's lovely down here. You should come, except for the crippling heat at the moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is hot right now, huh?
Yeah, for sure. But mostly over east, and I'm over west, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm dying to. I got to at some point. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
I want to go back to Japan this year, but then
yeah.
after that, or this year or next year, whenever, and then after that, I don't know. I don't know where I'll go, but I do want to check out Australia. I want to go to Italy. I think those are the only places I care about at this point.
I'm going to Europe in May. Going to check out Germany and Sweden and a couple of other countries. Should be nice.
Oh, nice.
Someone in the chat just said, wasn't Japan going to invade Australia? Poor bastard. They were, and they actually did bomb the north of Australia. So
They saw how big those spiders were, and they were like, nope.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they probably were if it wasn't for the Americans coming in to help us out a bit. So thanks to that.
Hey, no
Thanks to
problem.
you guys.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Well, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your call.
No worries. Thanks for having me, man. Pleasure.
All right.
Happy
take
MLK
care.
Day.
See ya. Okay. Sorry, I got like, I'm still, I'm not sick anymore, but I'm still like, so I'm all like sniffly. So if I'm a little sniffly, guys, just bear with me, okay? Evil Dude.
Welcome to be here.
Is that your name, Evil Dude?
It's legally not anymore. I had to change it, but I kept it on Discord.
Oh, okay.
What's up?
How did you celebrate MLK Day today? What did you do?
I removed a bunch of wallpaper from a wall to paint it. That's what I did.
Nice.
So tomorrow that wall is going to be painted and no more wallpaper.
Nice.
How are you enjoying MLK?
Great. Let's see. What did I do? Ate some sushi.
What kind?
Okay, here's what I ordered. I got a rainbow roll. So we're talking about, a roll with crab and all that, and then different cuts of fish on top. So we're talking salmon, tuna, yellowtail. Shit, what else was on there? Shrimp, whatever. And then I got a Philly roll, which was salmon and cream cheese and whatever else. And then I got a baked salmon roll where they actually like seared the salmon and put it on top with like some spicy like ponzu sauce.
Yeah.
So
That
that's
sounds
how
awesome.
I celebrated in my own way.
I haven't had sushi in a while, honestly.
Sushi's good. People should eat that.
Yeah, it's great. There's a local shop. I live near St. Louis. There's a local place that used to sell sandwiches, and they converted to sushi.
Oh, that's a hell of a conversion.
They still do sandwiches, but it's not their selling point anymore. They do ramen and sushi mostly now.
Okay.
But they make some bomb-ass chicken Philly.
Ooh, yeah, I bet they do. Damn.
Yeah. But other than that, it's just been, bullshitting around. It's winter right now. It's fucking cold here.
It's cold here too.
It snowed last week. We got about 8 to 9 inches. I couldn't get my car out of the driveway for 2 days, so I was stuck at home.
Oh God.
Yep, it was a lot of fun.
Damn, dude.
I planned a party and nobody could show up, so I was like, all right, guys, I guess this isn't happening.
Yeah, no kidding. That's a bummer. Well, I'm sorry you had to do that.
It's, you know what? I like snow. I like looking at snow, but then you realize once it sticks around for like more than a day, you're like, oh, this is going to be bullshit.
Yeah. I am not one of those people that longs for like a white Christmas. Like I that looks great in pictures, and like sometimes when we'll travel, we'll go to Boston and look, snow. But even the 4 days that we're there, it's a pain in the ass. It's like I like the rain, because here in San Diego, it'll rain for a day and it's over. So it's
Mhm.
like, ew, look, it's raining. Over. But
Yeah.
snow is debilitating. Like, snow will, like, end your shit.
Mhm.
So I just can't tolerate that. That would make me go insane.
There's a perfect level, and we actually got snow really early in November this year. So it wasn't too bad. It was like that kind that sticks around. It's off to the side. Like the
Yeah.
roads are fine once the first flakes come through. It's cold enough to stick around,
Yeah.
and then the roads are like already taken care of. But this last week, it was literally just like it dumped all at once.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, now it's going to be below 20 for the next 3 days. So
Yeah.
none of it is melting. And then after that, it melted. And then yesterday it snowed. So it's been a fun winter. You know, it used to be like that, but like the last 7 years around here, we haven't got consistent snow. Like we would get one at the beginning of the season and one at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Now it's been kind of spread throughout like it used to be. So like everybody's not used to it anymore. Like when I was a kid, it would snow all the time.
Yeah,
and
so
as
everyone
in-
has
as
the
growing up-
experience.
yeah, as growing up, it just kind of stopped because it was warmer.
Yeah.
Like we had a drought back in 2012, and it's like, yeah, it's not going to snow for a while. But it was fun.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Mojave Cyclone in the chat just said, Rocco, didn't you say there was some woman who didn't take her kids to school because it was raining? Yeah, we were at a gas station by our old office, and we would go in there every now and then, like the convenience store or whatever. And we went in there, and it was the lightest rain in San Diego, and everyone was acting like their day was ruined. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's raining. I mean, I can't understand. It's been raining since this morning. I don't know. And this woman was saying to the counter, you know, I told my kids, you're not going to school today. I mean, I mean, really. And it's like, dude, it wasn't even pouring. It was like lightly raining outside. You know, it's been raining since this morning, and I just looked at my kids and I was like, I can't in good faith drive you to school. I just don't think you're going today. Oh, okay.
Right.
I mean, it was like, trust me. And I'm a San Diegan, like a regular rain is hard rain to me, and that was like not even hard. Like that was just.
Was that the time that you got in the accident, or was that a different time?
No. Now, God, sorry. I'm real sniffly. I'm sorry about that. No, when I got into my accident, it was actually raining really hard. It was the hardest I've ever seen it here in San Diego.
Yeah.
In my entire life, it was raining so hard you couldn't see an inch in front of you, which is extremely rare for here. And everyone here remembers that night. It was November. November? No, I'm sorry, early December.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And like when I got my new car and I brought up my accident, they all knew about it. They were like, "Oh, I saw you." I was like, "Really?" It was like anybody who was on the freeway that night saw what happened.
That's great.
It was so that was pretty bad. But when I was driving in it earlier, like I went to a movie that night. When I was driving to the movie, it was actually raining even harder, and I was losing control a bunch. Like I wasn't even driving that fast, and it was like my car was underwater, so I got off the road. And then when I was going back, it wasn't raining as hard, but somebody was driving as if it wasn't raining, and they lost control, I think, or something. I'm not sure.
I find it funny that we're talking about the weather when you were giving the one guy shit earlier with Sean about the weather.
I know, yeah, but this is cool weather stuff. It isn't like
This is interesting weather. This isn't Celsius Fahrenheit fucking division.
Yeah, come on.
Like, is it 57 there or is it 110 here?
Exactly. You know, that's old school. That's old and busted. Accidents in the rain is new hotness.
I actually, one time, this was like 3 years ago, I was driving a 15-passenger van on an icy road, and I was getting off of the highway onto the turnpike.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, like the van in Inception when they go off the bridge?
Yeah.
It's that kind of van. So I was getting off the turnpike.
I thought you were going to say you went off the bridge like that movie.
No, but I was going to say it felt similar because I did a complete 360 spin on the ice getting off the turnpike. Luckily, nobody was near me, because everybody was like 3 cars behind. I did a 360 turn right back to where I started, and I felt like it was going to tip the entire van, and it wasn't even that bad. It was just like it was such a big vehicle, and there was just one patch of ice, and it's fucked up like that sometimes. That's what sucks about icy weather is there's one patch in the road that can fuck you up your entire day.
Shit, man. Yeah, we encountered stuff like that when we were in Boston, and it was terrifying.
I was gonna say, has it been? Oh fuck! I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Now the audio's back. Never mind. Oh, I don't know. I think the call's trying.
I'll talk to you later. Thank you, evil dude. Okay, let's talk to Zoner.
It's Zoner. Hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Not much. Just woke up like 20 minutes ago.
So is that how you celebrated MLK Day?
Yeah. I tried to get some rest and take my time to remember what Mr. King did before.
He had a dream. He had a dream, and you tried to have a dream.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Anyway, what's new with you?
Well, I moved to a new apartment since the last time I called.
Oh, cool.
I was gonna say what I was gonna talk about. Oh yeah. I had a question, but I also thought about maybe. Well, it's been months since the game days. I wanted to think about that also, but maybe it's better to go with a question. So
okay.
I was gonna ask if you could see one band before you die, what would it be?
If I could see what?
One band.
Like one band like before I die. Now, like, is it have to like a current band, or is it like a band alive or dead?
Let's say a dead band. Like you can see any band what you want.
Any band at all. Yeah. Well, you know what? Well, let's do both. Why not? If it's a band that's around right now, if I could see one before I died, it would be you know, I've seen most of like the great inspirational bands in my life. But who's actually alive and could do it? Daft Punk.
Oh yeah.
I would see Daft Punk. That's the only like major musical force in my life that I have not seen in person. That's who I would see. To me, it'd have to be Daft Punk. And then like dead, I mean, you know, the Beatles. That's not really like a surprise.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
Yeah. I really wanted to see David Bowie before he died, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
When he died, it was like pretty crushed.
I loved David Bowie, but you know, this is not any disrespect to David Bowie. David Bowie, amazing guy, but I never grew up with it. Like my parents were into him when I was younger, but I didn't grow up with his influence. Like I just knew, oh, he's a cool guy, talented guy, but I didn't grow up around his music. I discovered it later, and I love it, but I think that's a really good choice, but I don't think I could pick that just for that reason. I came into him kind of too late. Same with honestly, you know, like Michael Jackson. Like, oh, I mean, that would be one of the best picks too, I think. But I didn't discover him until honestly, like when he passed away. You know,
really?
so I picked the Beatles.
You didn't listen to the all the classic singles by him
from
Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, I mean I was aware of all that for sure, but I didn't like get personally close to it until after he passed away.
Yeah. The current band that I would want to see at the moment, I've been lucky to see like some bands that I became a fan like really fast in the past few years, and being able to see them live here, which is like sometimes rare. That you get like this underground or like a band that has such a how you say, like maybe it's like known around the world or in the States, but like you would think, oh, he's not gonna come to Finland. Like it's like how it would be possible, and then they would have come here and played, and that's cool. But one that I have been missed since I wasn't a fan around when they have been here is Nine Inch Nails. I would like to
Oh
see
yeah,
yeah, Trent Reznor live. That would be like a dream
I
concert.
saw them and it was an incredible show.
Yeah, I remember you guys talking about it. I was like, oh man, that would have been so cool.
Yeah. Well, that's not a bad choice. That's a good one.
What else? Oh yeah, about the mint thing. I would say that I am not a big mint fan, but I can see what you mean with the like the refreshing quality.
Sure.
And I mean, you can take it. I've never been. I always like give me as sweet as possible. Like even though it would be too much, I'm like I'm down for that. But mint is like because the toothpaste kind of reminding thing. And I know you said like, oh, there's the different types of mints that are like, I don't know, like, oh, you can have like a different taste area, and it doesn't feel like, I don't know if this makes any sense, but I was thinking like the it makes you not refreshed, but like you feel like, oh, and it's like you can eat it much more than any like anything else. I don't know if it makes sense. I'm just going around here.
No, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
But like the candies I gave you, like I was really happy that you liked them.
Yeah, those are good as hell. He gave me these candies that were like hard mint candies, but then they had chocolate goo in the middle of them. They were awesome. We went on the Mark Twain boat, and I gave them to all my friends on there, and they were like, "What's in here?" And I was like, "I'm not even going to tell you. Just enjoy it." And they all acted surprised. Like they all were like, "Oh, this is pretty good mint candy. What the? Oh, what is this?" And then it was like you'd be taken by surprise. This chocolate goo explosion. You normally you have a chocolate here in America. You have a chocolate candy, and maybe there's like mint in the middle of it. But this was the opposite. They were mint candies with chocolate in the middle. It was mind blowing.
Oh, we have lots of like candies similar to that. We have like chocolate with licorice in the middle, or licorice with chocolate in the middle, and stuff like that. It's like if I'm not sure if I'll gonna come this year because I've been saving up for another trip. But
sure,
I wanna come in the upcoming years. I wanna come to gaming days again because it's that much of a great thing.
Awesome. Well, hey, we'd love to have you. So thank you.
Thank you. But anyways, I think I'm gonna go make some breakfast, and I wanna give more people to call. So let's end this with a style. Oh shit!
What?
Fuck! Did it actually break? Oh fuck! I actually have to check that out. Oh shit!
Hope he's okay. Mateo.
What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. How you doing?
Good. How'd you celebrate MLK Day today?
Oh, well, I watched Bart the General twice. That was pretty good.
The what?
What's your opinion? Bart the General?
Oh.
You ever seen that?
Why would you watch that? Did you have like a comment or a question or a thought?
Oh, yeah. Are you excited for Star Wars Land later this year?
Yeah. Yes. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is opening at Disneyland and Disney World later in the year. And yeah, I am excited. We here in California, we're getting it first. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. No one knows how it's going to be in terms of crowds. So that's going to be a real wild card, but I'm in.
Have you seen anything about what the rides are actually going to be?
I have heard some stuff.
Simulators and shit, and I want some Star Wars Dark rides.
Yeah, I have some inside info.
Ooh.
The ride that you're in, the Millennium Falcon, that's cool, and it's going to be obviously simulating space. What's impressive about it, and I'm not going to give any spoilers in case anybody out there wants to ride it blind or whatever, but what's going to be impressive about the Millennium Falcon ride is it simulates flying through space, and you're going to be able to influence it. You know, like someone's the captain, someone's the gunner, whatever. And, you know, you can like change things. You can like alter the course of what happens. And what's cool is the CGI that you'll see in the attraction is not pre-recorded. It's all going to be rendering in real time using Unreal Engine.
No, that's pretty crazy.
Unreal has gotten so good that it's doing movie quality CG in real time now. Because that's how they did the robot in Rogue One. What's his name? K2SO? Was that his name? They did that. They were able to have a fully rendered version of him in real time that they could look at on set. So,
I was scared it was going to be like the Star Tours remake where you get a random handful of shit every time.
Yeah, maybe. But is that bad? Do you think?
No, but every time I've rode Star Tours in Disney World, I've gotten the same like 3 different things almost every time with some like prequel shit.
Yeah, that does happen, but I like the randomization of the ride though in general.
Yeah, I do too.
So we'll see, but I think that's going to be cool. But the real clincher is going to be that other Star Wars dark ride because that's gonna be big and long as hell.
Yeah, I miss dark rides. I don't know why no one makes them anymore.
Yeah. Well, this one
I don't really care about a screen or a simulator. This doesn't do it for me.
I've heard that this new Star Wars dark ride has like 300 animatronics in it.
Oh, God,
and like 100 of them are people, like stormtroopers and stuff like that,
awesome.
Which is insane. I think Pirates of the Caribbean has about 100. So they're going to have just at least that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard a lot of stuff. There's I kind of saw some things that were maybe like a play-by-play of what's in it, but I didn't want to read it all because I kind of want to go into it.
Yeah.
But I got nervous because I was hearing there might be like a drop in that dark ride, and that's my one thing I can't handle very well.
Yeah.
So when I heard that, I was like, no, God.
Pirates type drop.
What's that?
A Pirates type drop?
Well, but that's what I was going to say is then I got to thinking about it, and it's like, you know what? Pirates does have a drop, and I survived that. I don't love it, but I survived it. So maybe it won't be so bad, but.
Have you been to Avatar Land in Disney World yet?
Yes.
Did you ride any of the rides?
I didn't end up going on the Flight of Passage ride because I know a lot of people who love it, but actually, no, I know a lot of people who love it, but I couldn't get a clear answer from people if I could go on it or not. You know, I'm very sensitive about drops in altitude, and I talked to some people and they were like, "Oh, dude, that ride is like Soarin' 2.0. Like you go on Soarin', right? Like it's just that." And I went, "Okay." And then other people were like, "Yeah, it's kind of like a mini Tower of Terror." And I was like, "Oh, fuck that. No, I couldn't."
It doesn't really lift you up like those do.
It does. So it doesn't, right? It doesn't.
No, it's kind of like a motorcycle seat that you lean against, and it like locks onto your stomach and your back, and then like has pressure on it. It's really strange.
Which is kind of scary in and of itself, I guess.
Yeah, it is. It's weird. It has these things on your legs that feel like the animal you're riding is breathing. It's really strange.
What do you think? What's your take? Could I go on that if I'm not into like drops?
I think you could. It has some stuff where it seems like it's like simulate drops like Star Tours or whatever, but it's not crazy. But
I mean, as long as you're not actually dropping, I don't care.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It's I mean, even like soaring, I would say is worse than it because you're actually lifted 50 feet off the ground.
Oh, but you're not on this?
No, you're not. No.
Okay.
You're in like your own like personal dome kind of with a 3D screen in front of you.
Yeah.
but you're on kind of like a little platform. It's strange. It's hard to explain, but you're not high up or anything like with Soren or anything like that.
Yeah.
Did you ride the dark ride though that they have there?
I did.
Yeah. What did you think of that?
This is what I think of the boat ride in Avatar Land or Pandora or whatever. In the context that I wrote it, I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
The context that I wrote it was I got there at like 7 a.m. Everyone rushed to the flight ride. No one went on the boat ride.
Yeah.
So, and I was, the flight ride was already like 2.5 hours, 3. I was like, not doing that. So Kevin went on that. I went on the boat ride and I went on it totally alone. No wait to get on it. I walked right on. And I got to go on it a few times because there was nobody else on it. It was cool in that context because it was like, whoa, this looks cool, and there's an amazing animatronic in it. But the ride's only like 2 minutes.
It is, and there's the one animatronic, but that one animatronic is great. But
man, they cut corners on it.
Yeah, they did. It's just a lot of neon shit, and then
it's neon jungle, and then that, and then you're off.
Now, and that thing is at the end, right as you're turning the corner to get off the ride.
Yeah, it was really
it's
like,
weird.
It was
Disney World is the worst about cutting corners on their rides, man. I saw the thing you years ago talked about our Pirates Caribbean compared to Disneyland.
Yeah, they blew it.
Okay, it's so bad. It's like this rushed, shitty version.
Anaheim's Pirates is like the definitive ride, and then for some reason, Florida just didn't do it. But anyway, so that's all I was gonna say was that Avatar boat ride. If I had waited for it at all, I would have been like,
Yeah, no, I've never gone on it and had to wait. But I've seen people wait like 4 or 5 hours or whatever, 3 hours to get on, and that's just crazy.
So that
what's really funny about Avatar World is how when it first opened, they made a big deal about how all the workers are going to be speaking in Na'vi and all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then they dropped that pretty quick.
Yeah, they did.
I've never had that happen whenever I've been there.
Yeah, I've seen little touches of that, but not really.
Yeah. Is there any ride at Disney World that you don't have at Disneyland that you like that you haven't talked about?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Carousel of Progress is like my favorite.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Favorite thing in the world. And Country Bears we used to have, and we got rid of it. What else? We still have Mr. Toad.
Yeah, you're lucky with that.
But you know, kind of the basic stuff, or the non-threatening things. American Adventure at Epcot. Well, you know, but these are things that we never had.
Epcot in general, yeah.
Epcot in general, yeah. I mean, Spaceship Earth. Spaceship Earth is my favorite ride that's not here,
yeah.
You know.
It's incredible. The old Spaceship Earth used to be way better because, like, the end half where you turn around and you have to stare at a screen.
Yeah.
That all used to have animatronics the whole way back down.
Yeah. No, I hate that. I hate that screen.
Stupid
shit.
Screen for no reason.
Yeah.
Which is what Disney World does with all their rides. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get that either. But yeah, the older version did look cool.
Yeah.
But
well, thanks for taking my call there.
Yeah,
Rob.
thank you for your call.
You and Kevin should do a Disneyland discussion stream this week.
Well, we'll probably record a creepy old crypt, maybe like on Wednesday or something.
That's my favorite. All right,
Cool.
thanks, man.
All right, take it easy. Okay, who else we got here?
Hey.
Astaroth.
So, I wanted to ask you, Breaking Bad. I heard that there was a movie in the making, and I wanted to know what you think about that because I feel like it ended like pretty good.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like but apparently it's supposed to follow like Jesse and the aftermath of that.
Yeah.
And so I just want to know what you think of like a movie being made out of the show.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that ended too. Like, personally, one of the things I liked about the way that it ended was Jesse there's so many scenes in the latter parts of Breaking Bad where Jesse is like being driven somewhere in the passenger seat and like looks miserable. Like it keeps happening over and over. And I really liked that the ending of Breaking Bad had him in the driver's seat crying with happiness. And in my mind, that was kind of symbolic. It was like he's got the whole road ahead of him. He's got an opportunity now to like go wherever he wants.
Yeah, he's
and to
finally
me,
free.
that's like enough.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know how they're gonna take that. And then of course, even if like Bryan Cranston's in it, like suddenly Walter's not dead, and I don't know. So yeah, there's not much information about it yet, but in an interview with Bryan Cranston, he mentioned it, and it's not confirmed that he's in it, but I think they did reach out to him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder, but like it would have to be like a flashback.
Yeah, something like that probably is what it is. But yeah, no, it's interesting. You're watching Better Call Saul, right? Or have you
I
kept up
didn't
on
see
that?
the latest season.
Okay, I think what you said was like you wait until it's on Netflix and then you'll kind of binge it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good. They've had a lot of characters like flashbacks of other characters.
Yeah.
But one thing they did last season that was interesting was they had a scene with Saul that took place during Breaking Bad, so it was a kind of like flash forward from where they are now in the season
okay.
to the events of Breaking Bad. So that was interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's but anyway, I like Breaking Bad. You guys introduced me to it because you talked about it on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
Before you guys mentioned it, I legitimately thought that it was like some Big Bang Theory shit.
Oh yeah.
I saw the meme that said "Yeah, science, bitch," and I was like, that does not seem like it's.
Yeah,
really...
I had that impression too before I'd seen it.
When you guys talked about it, I was like, okay, that actually sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. And yeah, I love it. It's great, man. So.
Yeah, it was good. I like the first time I watched the show, I liked it, but I compared it to too many other things, and it was hard to enjoy it as much.
Okay.
But the second time I watched it through, I was like, okay, you know what? This is its own thing, and it was cool. I really liked it. I liked it a lot more the second time around.
Yeah. And then you guys also talked about how it's slow in certain parts, like the fucking car wash bit.
Yeah, it does have some B plots that are kind of like, okay.
But the 5th season, yeah, it was great. The way they ended it, and just every episode was just one after another. It was something was happening.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's good though. But yeah, that was my question. I just wanted to know your thoughts on that.
All right. Well, thank you for your call.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care. Okay. Frank.
Yo, what's going on?
What's up?
My webcam isn't working for some reason, but I guess we'll just have to forego that for now.
Your what isn't working? Your butt?
My webcam.
Oh.
Like you can maybe see like a shadow of me.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just want to
that.
let you know because you said your camera wasn't working. I'm like, I could still kind of see you, so
yeah.
I just want to make sure you weren't going to be like, taking a dump or something.
Pulling a pud.
See it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to see any pud pulling.
Yeah. I have a question. I'm not sure if
it looks like you're protecting a witness.
Right. Yeah. I have to disguise my voice and all for this interview here.
Yes, it was a good MLK day. It was an excellent January in 2019. Yeah. What's up?
I'm not sure if anyone's ever asked you this, but is there any like figure purchase that you ever like actually received and then regretted whatever money that you spent on it?
Yes.
What ones would you think?
Play Arts Kai did a Joker figure from Arkham Asylum, maybe 6 or 7 years ago. And
see, that's funny. I had a similar experience with Play Arts Kai when I bought the Street Fighter 4 Akuma. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, really? Really? It was no good?
It was okay, but like the joints were kind of like too visible.
Yeah.
Like everything was like, all shrank down to the joint part, like all the muscles and whatever, so it looked kind of weird to me.
Yeah. Yeah, Play Arts Kai is a mixed bag. Sometimes they nail it and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like they did some of the Phantom Pain ones they did were incredible. Like the Man on Fire and stuff were amazing. And then you'll get
Venom
one
Snake.
that's just like it looks like a honey roasted nut of a person. And the Batman that they did from Arkham Asylum, I thought was great. So I ordered the Joker, and the Joker was this like it was expensive as hell, and it was this wiry, like thin looking like noodle man.
Right.
It was
Yeah, I
terrible.
feel like sometimes they get their like not proportions, but like body weight or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, a little bit off. But the one good figure arts that I had was well, I only have two. The other one that I have is the Venom Snake from not the from Ground Zeroes, not the Phantom Pain,
Yeah.
and it's not too posable. But when you do pose it in the ways that it is able to, it looks sort of believable. And I think that one is like probably one of the better ones that I've seen.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I've also seen like the Raiden from Revengeance and whatever, and
Yeah.
like again, it was a similar kind of thing. Like the whole like body shape like kind of just shrank down on the joints,
Yeah.
and I don't know, it looked kind of weird to me. What about another question? What about something that you spent a lot of money on and you felt it was absolutely worth it afterwards when you got it?
Oh, that's a good question. From the Phantom Pain, I bought the full scale arm
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
of Venom Snake, and that was a lot. But it was so when I took that out, I was like, "Fuck, that's cool."
What company
Damn.
made that?
Huh?
What company made that?
Oh god, I don't even remember.
Mm.
Oh man.
I want to say I think it was Sentinel that did that, but I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
I think you're right.
Sentinel stuff has always been hit or miss with me too. They had a series of like I don't know if you ever heard of that game Cyberbots.
Not really.
It's what it's like a PS1 like or arcade mech
Oh,
fighter.
okay.
But I got two figures of them. Like they're both like the same kind of figure,
Mhm.
but the first one I got was like you could tell it was just cast from like model kit type parts. And then the
Oh.
second one in the series that I got was so much better. There was like so much more die cast. Like it had like a nice heft to it.
Yeah.
And it was only I think like maybe 10 or $20 more than the first one. And it was just such a huge jump in quality that I was surprised that the first one was like didn't get re-released or whatever. But it's not like that big of a series or whatever. So I actually didn't surprise me. But like I'm still surprised that they had the first one that was like really like not great, and then they
Yeah.
had the second one that was so great. But yeah. I think
I
that's
was
about
trying to
it
look
for
it
my
up
call.
while you were telling me about it.
Yeah, Cyberbots. There was a character from there in Marvel vs. Capcom 1. His name was Jin, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how
Okay, I see what you're saying. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, Jin Saotoma. Yeah, I remember that character.
Yeah. I think there was actually a guy that named his toy blog after that character as well.
Oh,
That's been
okay.
around for years.
Yeah.
Um.
Cool.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think you guys none of you really do model kits at all, do you?
I used to do Gundam models and stuff
Mm.
way back in the day, and then they had Mega Man ones too, and I would do those. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it.
I know they had they've been coming out with some Dragon Ball ones that are kind of interesting recently, but I think like I don't know, like because I know they also used to have Dragon ones like around the time that Gundam Wing was popular. Like they said, oh okay, well we have this that's kind of working. Let's do the Dragon Ball model kits as well. But I think even those are a little bit like chintzy or whatever. I don't know what the right
Oh,
word
yeah.
is for it. But yeah, that's about it for my call.
Cool. Well, thank you for calling in.
All right, have a good one.
Have a good one. Okay, let's talk to Griff.
Hey.
Griff, you look like you're in the middle, like the lighting, it looks like you're in like Twin Peaks and you're about to go fishing.
Oh, no. I just have Philips Hue bulbs.
Oh, yeah, I got those too. Nice.
Yeah, I got them for Christmas. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just kind of wanted to call and say I watch I listen to the podcast every week at the gym.
Okay.
And it's just, it's always great working out, listening to you guys talk.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm actually about to go there right now.
You're about to go to the gym?
Yeah, I go to a place that's like open 24 hours or something. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, very cool.
Cool. Yeah, how was your MLK day? I was tuning into the stream earlier when you were kind of playing the Lenovo whatever stuff.
I don't know anything about that.
Okay, me either, really.
Yeah.
All right, well,
thank you for your call.
that's all I had to say.
Thank you. Take care.
You too.
Yo, oh my gosh.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, where are you? Space or something?
Yeah.
What the
Don't worry
hell?
about it. It's fine.
What the hell is that? What kind of stalker stuff is this?
Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Oh my god. Oh no. This is terrifying.
I really enjoy
but it didn't,
how
it didn't key out your shirt. This is insanity.
great webcam.
It must be.
Yeah.
You could still be Gokai Green with no repercussions.
Oh, I forgot I was wearing this shirt.
Oh.
I wasn't expecting you to comment on that.
Oh, well, yeah, what's new with you?
Nothing really, just working, and I've been getting emails for Anime Expo again, so I'm probably gonna be back.
Cool.
And it was really cool how you guys started it. Well, what?
Oh, I was just gonna say, it seems like we're gonna be there again. Let's just say I got a lot of emails about it this time.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And yep, and I think it's all taken care of this time.
Okay, that's good. Because I probably mentioned it before, but if you guys aren't going, I'm not going.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, no, I got a lot of emails from them that they were very like, make sure you apply and get in and all that stuff. So,
yeah.
So it's looking like it's looking pretty good. But I guess we'll make the official announcements later.
Yeah, good. It's great to hear. I really like how you guys started MLK cast at like 4 a.m.
Oh.
Because
yeah, I was getting so many people were messaging me like, "Oh, I guess you guys forgot. Sad day." It's like, dude, come on.
Yeah. I did have a question though.
Yeah.
So me and a couple of dudes in one of the discords were watching those commercials.
Yeah.
And we sprung up the topic of like there was one time like one of my relatives bought me like a deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards thinking that I was into that stuff when I most certainly am not.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if you ever had like bad gifts given you or gifts that you just didn't care about or something you already had that they didn't know you had already.
Yeah. I brought this up on our podcast before, but there was one Christmas where there was one year that I bought one Lego set. I didn't like Legos, but I bought one Lego set because I kind of thought it was cool. It had like ghosts or something. I don't know what it was. And then that Christmas, every single person got me Legos. Like my family, friends, everybody I knew got me Lego sets, and it was like, oh, I don't want to put this together. Like I have no desire to put these together. And that's all I got that whole year. So that was a dark year because man, every Christmas was awesome. I was a very spoiled kid. I got lots of great toys, Power Rangers, you name it. But then there was one year it was all Lego stuff, and it was like, oh no.
Well, at least Legos, if you get more, you can just add a bunch of that stuff on if you wanted to, right?
Yeah.
It's like customizable.
But man, I just didn't want to put stuff together when I was a kid. I just wanted to play with it.
Yeah. I remember I saw a commercial of Kinects on there that played a little bit earlier, and that's what I played with as a kid, Kinects. Even though I didn't know how they worked. I was a kid. I didn't know anything about like how gears worked or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just wondering because it was me and a few other dudes were talking about that. And we were
yeah,
just
I would
watching
say
the whole thing.
that's probably it. There's been a few birthdays or Christmases where, honestly, as I get older, I get the things that I want when I want them. So it's kind of hard to shop for me, I guess, for presents. But something that is hard sometimes is like, I'll get like a fancy new figure and I'll show it on my YouTube channel. Like, look, figure update, whatever. And then I'll show them here. Like I have it, I put it on my shelf here. And then they'll get me that same thing for my birthday. Like, did you not see when I showed it to you? Like what? And then I realized that some people just don't care.
Yeah.
So I won't subject them to it if they don't,
Yeah. It's cool as an adult because people just give you money, which is always like there's no downside to that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something and then I forgot.
You have like a 3DS open or something?
No. Why?
I feel like I can hear DS music.
Oh, sorry. Oh, shoot. That's my Google Home Mini.
Oh, okay. Sounded like you were
I just
doing
have
Picto
it-
Chat.
Yeah, I just have it set to playing jazz like all day, just because it's nice.
Oh, okay. Oh, very cool.
Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say. So,
Okay.
you have a good rest of your night.
Yeah, you
I'll be
too.
here watching.
Take it easy.
So,
I like the set.
yeah.
Thanks again.
Thanks for taking my call.
Bye. Okay. What is your name? Elsa?
Issa, can you hear me?
Issa. Okay. Close enough.
So-
Yeah. Hey,
sorry,
how's
I'm
it
on my
going?
phone. Hey, how's it going? I got a weird question for you. So, how do you guys decide like these like random cons that you go to? Like, you guys came to EXPCon out here in Florida.
Yeah.
Like, how do you? What's the process to decide like to go to these like random cons in the middle of nowhere?
We go to it's whoever invites us. Honestly.
Really?
If they
Okay.
invite us and then we'll look into it, and if it looks good, we'll go. EXPCon in Florida, we got to know the owner of that we saw him at a bunch of different cons, and he became a friend of ours. So like we do that con, no questions asked, and they treat us really well. It's weird, you know, because you mentioned like it's kind of a random con in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
it kind
I
of
was
is.
surprised.
It's in the middle of a golf resort in Florida.
Yeah.
So it is kind of random, but like that con treats us better than a lot of the big cons that we go to. Like it just depends on who's running
You
it
guys are
and
like
if
a
everything
celebrity there?
aligns. Because that con treats us great, and we love the people who run it, so we'll always do it. You know, because people are always asking us like, "How come you're going to TayoCon in Arizona instead of MagFest?" You know,
And like, yeah, MomoCon.
but again, the truth is like we get to know the people who run these events, and if they're good people to work with, that's who we choose. And I don't know. That's like it depends on who reaches out to us, and is it a good experience, you know? And honestly, frankly, I like the smaller cons that embrace who we are and have a good mix of guests versus us getting thrown in with 80 billion big things. You know what I mean? When we go to TayoCon, it's an eclectic mix. It's the guy who played Piccolo and us. You know, like what?
Yeah.
And I think that's way cooler than like here's 100,000 YouTubers. You know what I mean? I feel like in that situation, it's kind of like, well,
So do you feel like you're being treated like a celebrity, sort of, or?
No, I mean, no, we don't ask for that or anything. And it just depends on like if how they treat us in the way of like they understand our material and want to do it justice in terms of like, you know, giving us panels to do and making it work in our schedule and making it worth everyone's time, you know, just general stuff.
Gotcha.
And you know, and like I said, I want the event to be cool too. You know what I mean? So, you know, I always look into it like, okay, is this an event I would want to go to? And I'm cool, you know, feel good asking people to go or telling people about it, you know? So that's kind of how I feel. But there's so
you
many
guys coming
cons.
back
Again,
to,
like,
EXPCon?
oh, what's that?
Are you coming back to EXPCon anytime?
I think probably because this last year was at the same time as Game Days. I don't think it's going to be this year. I don't have the exact dates of Game Days yet, but I don't think they will overlap. So if they don't, I would love to.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you then if that's the case.
Awesome. We'll see you there.
All right, thanks.
Take it easy. You know, and I have no doubt MagFest is a great event and stuff, but personally, like, again, it happens at the same time as TayoCon is an event run by people who we really love, and it has a fantastic community. So I don't really want to like turn that down personally. And to me, it's worth. It's to me, it's more worth doing one that I don't know. I believe in, and I have a lot of personal connection to. That's I don't know. It's a loyalty thing, I guess. But I wouldn't be opposed to going to MagFest. I mean, I'll go to wherever they'll have us. Frankly. Okay, is anybody else calling in on this, or should I wrap it up? What do you guys think? Thank you, everybody. I hope you're having an excellent MLK day. Are you guys going to TaioCon this year? No, it happened 2 weeks ago. That is done. They had us as guests 2 years in a row, and I think after that they were kind of like, let's maybe like space it out a little bit. So I bet we'll be back, but not this year. Maybe next year, but it's early January, so that's when it typically takes place. Mimic? Is your name Mimic?
Whoa, hey, yeah, that's me.
How's it going?
Can you here? Let me. Okay, hey, how's it going? Longtime fan, like since that video site. That's how long I've been watching you guys.
Wow,
it's been great. I have a question. If you guys are, I was wondering if you guys are going to do Dungeons and Dragons. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know Derek I don't really know a lot about it, truthfully, but Derek really wanted to do it. So it will happen at some point.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's all I'm going to say because I'm too nervous to continue, but it's great talking to you this little bit.
Great talking to you too.
Thank you.
Okay. Depp?
Hey, what's up, Rocco? How are you doing, dude?
How's it going?
Hey, man, it's going good. So my question was about whether you thought MLK was a digital influencer like yourself.
Yeah. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
It was giving me some stupid pop-up for a second. It was like, your microphone sucks, but whatever.
Yeah, it does.
Anyway,
sorry.
Anyway, was MLK a digital influencer?
Sure, yeah.
I think he was the ultimate analog influencer.
Okay.
You need both. You have to have both. When you got him on film, and then you got me on digital. 4K video.
I know, Rocco. Yeah, dude. Thank you for doing the MLK. I know the other guy said the same thing, but yeah, this is awesome.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
All right. Good night. Okay, let's talk to Mr. Brawl 96.
Turn this off. Hey, what's up, Rocco?
How's it going, Mr. Brawl?
Mr. Brawl, yeah, like Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Oh, okay.
Big time fan, yeah.
Oh,
posters.
Look at that.
Yeah, just wanted to call at the tail end of this MLK bit. Was wondering if you guys are going to make it out to PAX East this year.
PAX East?
Yeah, in April.
Yes, absolutely.
March,
We've already booked it, I think.
Ooh, a panel as well?
Or
no deets on that?
I applied for a panel, but I don't know if it's been picked or I don't have any details, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, those are one of my favorite panels of PAX East.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for doing that.
And then I guess,
that's one of our biggest shows every year. Like that might be our biggest con. Of the cons that we do, like in terms of like how well we do, and that you could factor in a lot of stuff like how well our panel does. Like to me, I look at like how well does our panel do, how well does our booth do in terms of just like how many people come, and not just how many things do we sell, but just how many people does it feel like are there for us? You know, and you factor sales in too, of course, but all of the above. PAX East, I think, is our number one, which is kind of crazy to me. You know, we avoided the East Coast for so long, but for some reason, when we come to Boston, it is like, yeah, it's Mega 64. Our panel is a packed house. Our booth, we sell out of everything. People are coming up to us. We don't have a dull moment. When we do PAX in Seattle, we do almost as good, but not quite as good. And I think it's more because on the East or on the West Coast, I think it's like you have a lot more media to deal with, a lot more like, okay, Mega 64, you're cool, but so is all this other stuff. And I think Boston, it's kind of more of an event. Like, whoa, you guys came all the way out here. I've been snowed in my house all winter. You know, this is cool. You know, maybe that's how it plays out.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, totally agree with that.
Yeah, but the best reception at PAX East, I'm gonna say in terms of our most successful cons, I'm gonna say number one is PAX East. Number two may surprise you. I think it's Anime Expo in LA. I think just because we've done that one for so long, like almost 14 years at this point, and that we've almost become a traditional part of it or something. So our panel is the biggest one we do. It's like a live show. And, well, it is a live show. And our booth is just a mega hit. We doubled the space of our booth this year. So we actually have a big ass booth on the show floor this year, which we've never done. And then I would say our third biggest is probably PAX Seattle, I think. I don't know if this is of any value to you. I'm kind of rambling. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I was actually very surprised to hear that PAX East is number one. I was for sure thinking.
I think it
Seattle.
is. I think it might be. I'm really thinking about it, and
That's
I think
awesome.
overall
Represent
it
East
might
Coast.
be. Yeah. So anyway, so that I guess I'm bringing that up just to say we wouldn't miss it. Why would
Nice.
we?
Yeah, very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then tomorrow or 2 days, actually, I'm gonna go see Broly, which is a little interesting because I'm an English dub fan, so I'm still at the beginning of Tournament of Power. So I have not seen. So I'm wondering if there's gonna be any spoilers for the Tournament of Power. Hoping there's not. I don't know
There kind of is. I mean, there's stuff that to me has no context unless you finished it.
Ooh.
But it doesn't go. It
that.
doesn't actually go into it like, oh yeah, remember this and this and this happened.
Okay, that's.
But there's just a couple things that might not line up. Like you might be like, wait, huh? Like I could think of a big one that you're just gonna be like, wait, what? So I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, but I hear like this animation alone is insane.
Yeah, the animation is worth seeing on the big screen for sure.
Yeah, that's why
I think the movie is overall I think the movie overall is cool. I think it's good. I think I like the I think I was personally more into the previous two because of I like the cute character stuff as much as I do the action. So I like Battle of Gods, how it was kind of a Battle of Gods. You can't really do that again because it felt like a reunion after so many years, and that was great, but I wouldn't want him to do that again. The Frieza one to me was a good mix of like kind of the cute stuff and the seriousness of it being Frieza and all that. This one is kind of a little more onto the action side. So, I mean, you can't help but it's entertaining as hell. But I don't know if I like that more than Frieza or not. That's a tough call because I like normally more of a mix. And this one's more action, but it's got some good stuff in it too. So, you know, you have to, I do recommend it heavily, seeing it in theaters. So,
Yeah, no, yeah, I couldn't pass up. Like, I knew seeing it, I was gonna spoil Tournament of Power for myself, but I mean, I'm not gonna miss Dragon Ball on the big screen. You know?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in it that's going to ruin that saga for you. I mean, there's some things that
Mhm.
might not add up, but
Oh, yeah.
not it's not going to wreck it for you or anything.
Awesome, hype.
Yeah, cool.
All right, thanks for
thank
taking
you
my
for
call,
calling in.
Rocco. Dude, have a great night.
Take it easy.
Peace.
All right, Random Ortiz.
Hey, Rocco, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Doing good, doing good. Just chilling right now.
I wanted to get into more specifics about that Dragon Ball movie, but if you haven't seen it, it's like, nah, don't say anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm actually in that guy's position. I'm watching the dub as well.
Oh,
and I
okay.
just realized, my local movie theater is playing the Dragon Ball movie too. I thought it was just a limited release.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, I guess the movie's thriving. But anyway, what's going on with you today?
Not much. I've been watching the MLK stream all day. I've been doing a lot of screen caps on the M64 screen cap account.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's been really fun looking at that account today and realizing, oh, we showed that.
The chat exploded when they were watching the '90s commercial, and then the anti-hate PSA came up.
Oh yeah, how apropos was
surreal.
that?
It didn't change like that. You could actually play that now; it would fit in perfect.
Yeah. Damn. I see people really enjoyed that Bill Cosby commercial.
Oh God, that one too.
But yeah, I forgot what I was going to ask you. Sorry, it's late.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, did you have any other kind of questions or comments?
Yeah, actually, I do have a comment. So I've been working on a project this past week, and I've been listening. Sometimes when I do stuff like that, I listen to like the old podcasts. I've been listening to the old MLK stuff from last year, and you have brought up something that came in perfectly when I was doing my work. Is that is when you're working on something, you just got to go for it. Just don't slag or anything. Just once you sit there, just don't sit there. Just go. And
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
know. At the right moment when I was working on my stuff, that came in perfectly. So, and that kind of motivated me to get shit going again.
Okay. Well, hey, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I mean, any kind of motivation we can give, I'm very flattered.
But yeah, you guys are doing great. I'm glad you're doing the stream again, the MLK stream. Fight
Thank you.
racism. Be watching all week long, getting those screen caps.
Okay. Well, hey, good job on all that. I love seeing that. It's one of my favorite things. Well, cool. Well, thank you for your call.
Thank you for taking my call. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Take care.
Okay. Galax Spice.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hey.
I'm not sure what I should say. I know a lot of people have just been saying like the usual, but I'm a big fan. I really like you guys, and I want to thank you because I feel like I do get some good advice listening to your podcast a lot.
Well, thank you. I guess that's good.
I guess I've thought about questions I wanted to ask. I don't know if I don't know if you'd be willing to answer or not.
Okay. Give it a shot.
I guess I know you guys go to a lot of like different conventions and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And what would you say are some of the funniest things you've seen or encountered at your conventions that you go to?
Funniest things? Funniest things. Oh man, yikes. Okay, well, we went to an anime convention within the past year. I'll keep it vague. And we saw we were waiting for our panel to go on. So we were waiting in the back of the room for the previous panel to finish. And it was like anime, they were like they were all dressed, they were cosplaying and dancing to songs from anime. And then
Of course.
this one girl took the mic after their group danced, and it was like she gave a speech that was like out of left field. Incredibly so. So it was like, I'm just going to kind of reenact how it was.
Sure.
And I didn't mean to, I'm not saying this was necessarily funny. I'm not laughing at this person, but it was so out of left field, like a slap in the face, that we were like, oh, you couldn't help but laugh because it was so tense.
Yeah.
So it was like, the whole group. Thank you, everybody. But I just want to talk about something, and it's really important that I get this out there because I just got to get this info out there, and people don't hear this stuff enough, and they got to hear it. And it's the kind of thing that people have to hear because it's the kind of thing you just want to reinforce and just remind each other of. And I just want to say that everyone who knows me, anyone who knows me last year knows I was in a dark place. It was a bad place. It was not a good place to be. Okay, I was a little bit in a dark headspace, and and I just want to remind everyone that you are so worth it, and you absolutely are worth everything. And any kind of time that you are feeling like you're not worth something is not worth thinking about, because let me just tell you, okay, we are just people. I'm just a person. Okay, I'm just a person. Okay, and I think like other people. I feel, I cry just like other people. I shit like anyone here. We all shit. Okay? We all shit. And it's okay. And and that's okay because listen, I just sometimes I think about that dark place that I was in, that dark deep down cave that I fell down into, the down under, that the place that I went where there was absolutely no light reaching out for me, and I was reaching my arm out and I wasn't finding a light, and I wanted to turn a switch on, but the light bulb wouldn't come on, and I couldn't find my way out of the darkness because the shadow was all around me, and there was just no sunlight to be found anywhere. And any kind of plant just needs sunlight to grow, and it's like my tendrils just weren't reaching any of the sunlight anywhere, and I was just trying. I mean, we were just sitting there like, we just want to play our stupid videos on the screen, and we were just like, and I just want to remind everybody, if you're in that kind of dark place, just don't be in that dark place. Just anybody can be your light switch. You just have to find somebody and just dedicate them to being your light switch, and you can just find them. And everything is like a light bulb. You just want to turn it on, and you just want to. I mean, everyone in the room was silent, just trying to figure it out, and she kept bringing up how she shit. Like that made her, that humanized her or something. Like she takes a shit, and she kept bringing it up, and we were like, oh my God. It was so tense. We were laughing just to like get through it. But again, I'm not laughing at her, and I'm sure she did experience bad stuff. I'm not trying to make fun or anything, but it was like a little bit intense for that situation.
Completely circumstantial.
Yeah. So that was kind of like a funny situation, just that it was like tense. And other types of funny stuff. I mean, we see people when you go to San Diego Comic-Con, it's pandemonium. I mean, people are trying to get.
Oh yeah, I've heard stories.
People are running to get exclusives that they could sell on eBay for $1,000. So you see people run and eat shit all the time, and it's hilarious because and you know what? If any normal person falls down, you fall down. A grandma falls down. Maybe when you're younger you could laugh at that, but you're older, it's not that funny. It's kind of like, oh, I hope they're not hurt, But when it's scalpers, you are legally allowed to laugh at them and never ever feel bad.
So scalpers, you mean like people who buy the exclusives and try to sell them?
Yes.
right there?
Yeah. When they are like, I'm gonna buy 10 of them to sell them, you know, because I see that and I'm just like, what about the 10 kids behind you? There are kids that want those toys and you're taking them so that you can. So if it's a scalper, I laugh freely because I just feel like you have no regard for humanity, so I won't either. And I don't want anyone to get hurt, but you know, if they are running and they get in trouble or they fall, I'm just like, you know, that's all.
To me, like anybody falling down is funny to me. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I'll
falling
admit it.
down. I mean, it's just I mean you know, you know, the obese invented it, and I'm one of them. You know, I'm part of that crew, and we're very proud of what we've done. But yeah, I just yeah, scalpers. I just have no kind of sympathy for. I was in line once when I went to Disney did a release of they did a exclusive. Let me just actually rewind this for a second.
Sure.
I don't have any issue with like selling stuff. Like if you want to sell something, I didn't realize the mic was like right in front of my face this whole time, so I apologize, everybody. I don't have any issue with like, okay, I'm gonna go buy a figure. Oh, I can buy 2. Well, I'll buy a second one to sell it. You know, that's kind of circumstantial. I'm talking purely about someone who lines up to get 10 just to sell them, or like pays 10 people to wait in line for them to get some to sell. That's just schemy to me. That's just like, nah, that sucks.
A little bit, just a little bit.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like it's a little bit sketchy, I guess, a little schemy.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, what are we doing? And I was in line once at Disney. They were putting out an exclusive Matterhorn Funko Pop. It was the Yeti, the Abominable Snowman from the ride.
Oh, on that one ride. I know that ride.
And it actually looked good. It didn't look like a crappy Funko Pop. Totally. It actually had a good design. So, oh yeah. So I was in line. I got there early in the morning and got in line for it. And I thought, yeah, you know, I'll get one for myself and I'll get another one in case somebody wants it. And if not, I'll sell it. So I was in line and it was all scalpers. And that was one of the grossest experiences ever. Like, I didn't even get there that early. I think I did. They were selling the toy at 2 places. They were selling it at a store outside the park and a store inside the park. I thought inside the park would be better because you actually had to have a ticket to get in, you know? Whereas outside, everyone and their mother was lined up to get it. But, so I waited inside the park, and so it wasn't that bad. I didn't have to wait that long, maybe an hour, but it was all scalpers, and it seriously was the most gross experience. They were all talking about bots they had to game the Nike website so that they would get all the rare shoes, you know?
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I get all the rare shoes. Like they all go to me. Like they, you know, I get most of them, and I get this and I get that, and how they like conned a kid out of his toy at Comic-Con, and it was just like, you are like the worst people I've ever met. Well, you know, that kid's unhappy, but I got to feed my kids, so you know, it's every man for himself. Yeah, fuck you. Like, what a disgusting human being. Just everyone in that line was so fucking gross, and they were trying to make conversation with me, and I would just be like, yeah. And what always happens to me, and this happens to me in line at Comic-Con too. It happened to me just this last one. I was waiting for the green Psycho Ranger figure. And what happens is I'm in line. I get in line to get my shit. I'm not buying stuff for anyone else. I'm not scalping anything. I don't do that. It's hard enough to get the exclusives at Comic-Con, so I just don't. You know, if there's extra and I can buy one more, maybe I will, but that's the limit. But every time I do it, I'm in line. There will be scalpers in front or behind me, and they do this. They go, yo, yo, yo. How many are you buying? And I'll be like, 1, you know, just for me. And they'll be like, you know the limit's 3, right? And I'll be like, yep. And they'll be like, okay, cool. And they'll start getting cash out, and they'll go, buy me 2 more, and they'll hand me the cash.
Oh, no.
And I'll be like, nah, I'm good. And they can never understand it. I mean, just get me 2. Just give me 2. I don't want to. No, I don't. I only need 1. Yeah, but I'm saying, can you? And then they act like I didn't understand that. And they'll go like, no. Buy 2 more for me. No, I'm good.
That's yeah.
And it's like, dude, I don't want to do another transaction. I'm getting my thing and I'm leaving. I don't give a fuck. And frankly, again, I look behind me and there's kids that want this shit. I don't want to buy 3 that I don't, I just don't want that. So no, I'm getting 1. And they look at me like I'm a fucking alien. And they're fuming because they were counting on other people to buy them. You know what I mean? They were probably counting on, whoever's behind me is going to buy me 2 more, probably.
Yeah, it's like,
nope,
why wouldn't they?
I'm not. You came to the wrong person. I'm getting one for me, and I'm going to take it home and open it. And that probably pisses them off so bad.
I guess one other thing I'll ask about, because you were talking about Disney, and I know you have, you know a lot about Disney, and one of my favorite lost attractions they had, or it's not lost, but it got shut down, was, do you remember Alien Encounter?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I wasn't fortunate enough to experience that, but I think that was such a cool idea for a Disney ride. Just the
Yeah.
lights go off and they use the sensory stuff.
Yeah.
That's fascinating to me. But are there any lost, I guess, Disney attractions that you miss?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I mean, I could go all day, forever. But the one of the, I'll just narrow it down, of the ones that I never went on, Horizons at Epcot was, I fucking drool over that. Like, I fucking daydream about Horizons. That was like the pinnacle of old Imagineers and the new school Imagineers who were obsessed with the old coming together to make like a classic Disney dark ride, but it was about the future. It was 80s futurism. Oh, classic dark ride. And of the rides that aren't around anymore, or the rides that I did go on when I was younger that aren't around anymore, Disneyland had Adventures Through Inner Space from 1969. And I did, believe it or not, go on that when I was a kid. They would shrink you down under a microscope. And I remember being under the giant eye, looking up at it and stuff.
That's cool.
And that ride, yeah. Somebody recently sent me a pamphlet for the ride. Like, you would get it at the exit. Anything to do with that ride, I love. And I try to, like, find little things. But, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of obsess over that kind of stuff too, but I obsess over like specific movies. I guess like recently I started collecting like all this weird like memorabilia and merchandise from like the first couple of Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies.
Oh, okay.
That's just stuff that's weird stuff I collect. I only
That's cool,
say
though.
that because I know you always talk about the kind of stuff you collect and whatnot.
Yeah. Regarding the movie stuff, I feel like I'm kind of that way, and so are some of my friends are that way with like the Star Wars prequels. Like, that stuff was so uncool for a long time, and now I kind of have a nostalgia for like Episode 1 stuff, you know?
Yeah, I feel you on that one. You could still find that stuff at like weird bargain places too.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a secondhand store near us that has they get Episode 1 stuff like every day.
Wow.
And
I'm sure some
every
of that's
time I
still in
go, it's like,
circulation.
there's a new Darth Maul, or Quadranero or whatever, Rune Hako or Newt Gunray.
I like the Gungans the best from Episode 1.
Yeah, they are good. Boss Nass and all that.
But anyway, I guess I'll let you take some other calls. Just but thank you for everything. I guess.
All right. Yeah. Thank you for your call.
Thanks.
Let's talk to Rich. Yo.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man. I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I've been kind of busy.
Oh, yeah?
I recently moved like a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Went through some family shit I don't want to get into, which is why.
Oh, man. I was going to get into it right away.
Oh, man.
I was hoping to just dive right in, you know?
Well,
No,
you know,
it's
there's
okay.
so much to unpack anyway, but it's
No.
one of the main reasons I wasn't able to go to game days last year. So I feel really bad about that.
Well, you know, that's unfortunate and that's kind of negative. So let's talk about something positive out the gate.
Okay.
Now I know you've been around a while. I know you're a big Sonic fan, right?
Yeah, in
I think
fact,
it's safe to say.
the one thing, funny you should mention that. I just received one of the greatest Christmas gifts of all time. I mean, I can't believe that. Oh, sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, I think I know what it is. I'm just gonna tell everyone what it is.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
You saw the new Sonic poster for the movie. That was the gift, right? Somebody got it for you.
Hey, you got me there.
So, this guy is a big Sonic fan. So you must be so excited for this new movie. You must be so thrilled that they're not only doing a movie, but they're doing it right. That they're doing it 100% to what you hoped for, right?
You know, words can't describe how ecstatic I am about how accurate they're portraying this wonderful franchise that's been around for over a quarter of a century.
Yeah.
And I am just I don't know. I mean,
Who could disagree? I mean, really.
exactly. I mean, the fact that they're doing something new, they're doing something a little bit ambitious, trying to change up the character design and add
Well,
some
just
new-
kind of get it perfect, because they're kind of the games were kind of a warm up, but now finally the movie can do it the way it should.
Exactly. I mean, we needed that lost in another world, fish out of story,
Yeah.
Buddy cop situation going on there.
Yeah, long ass hairy legs kind of thing. I agree. It's the way it should be. Well, no, so
Exactly.
what did you get? What did you get for Christmas? I'm sorry, I hijacked your whole thing.
Oh, no problem. But I remember a couple years ago, I mean, this was very brief. I'm not even sure if you remember this, but this was on a podcast, and I know you were kind of joking around or something, but you mentioned something about being a fan of like the original 90s cartoon show. Not the stupid, goofy Looney Tune one, but the Saturday morning one.
Yeah. The animated series or what? Yeah, what was the official name of that one?
It's, believe it or not, it's just Sonic the Hedgehog, but it got the name Satayem just to distinguish it from the Goofy one.
That's right. Yeah, the Goofy one. I watched that too. It was okay, but I like the other one better, definitely.
Exactly. I mean, the only reason I'm into Sonic is because of that cartoon show and the Archie comics.
Sure. Yeah. I was into the comic too, a long time ago.
But speaking of which, you're not gonna believe this, and again, this is like the greatest Christmas gift I have ever received because it's like childhood fulfilled.
Okay.
Somebody in the UK was making limited edition figurines of those characters.
Okay.
And Sega and Archie and anybody associated with the franchise never made a thing. No merchandise at all.
Sure.
But during like Christmas, I received this in the mail. Well, these, it's plural. So again, if you're familiar with the cartoon show and the comics,
whoa,
check this out.
Oh my gosh.
Show accurate characters.
Yeah, what the hell?
I mean, this guy is just incredibly talented.
Yeah, no kidding. That's crazy.
I mean, the fact that he even included Nicole, that little computer device.
Yeah. Okay, they nailed it.
That sold me. But it gets better.
Okay.
It gets better.
Okay.
Another one of my favorite characters.
Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Okay, so I it's been so long since I haven't watched this probably since it came out. Sally was the previous one, and her name is that sorry if I get this, is that Bunny Rabbit?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, this is fun. Now I haven't. Yeah, I have to like reacclimate myself with this. Okay. Wow, they did a good job.
They did, and
Man.
I paid a pretty penny for it too because it's just a rare opportunity I had to jump on, and
Yeah.
it's like, okay, when am I ever gonna get this chance ever again?
Yeah,
So,
that's cool. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were going to be all excited about that poster. Oh well.
well, it's just mixed reactions. I'm just a symphony of emotions,
Yeah,
like
I can understand that. I can
I,
understand
I
that.
just I don't know. I
Do you
am
think there's
definitely
any? Do you think there's any chance that movie is going to be good?
honestly I've been following behind the scenes for the last several months because I'm so deep into that lore because
Yeah.
I'm such an obsessive Sonic freak or whatever. But it seems that Jim Carrey he might be able to pull this off because
Yeah, if I would say I can see, I'm just going by my gut and thinking of like future predictions, like what will the reviews be? And I bet those reviews, if I had to guess, are going to be what did they do to Sonic? Why did they do this to Sonic? Why was this a Sonic movie? But Jim Carrey was really good. I bet you that's what the reviews are going to be. Like this was a disaster, but Jim Carrey commits. So I have a feeling it'll be like, whoa, he was really fun to watch, but the rest, that's my guess.
yeah, I definitely agree with you because it seems like they do have a solid cast involved, but it's just a bunch of generic humans and
Yeah.
nothing associated with the games or comics or anything. And it's just like, this is such a missed opportunity here. And you just have a stockpile of all these characters to use, and they're using generic humans
Yeah.
that are just there to have the audience connect with. And that doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah. I feel like I know what they're doing. They're trying to appeal to the lowest common denominator with this movie and just make it be like generic, like any Joe Schmo off the street will walk into this movie and see it. Okay. But can you imagine if they made the movie CG or hybrid live action CG, whatever? Can you imagine if the trailer came out in theaters? He looked accurate. Okay, there's a start. But then it was like literally the same music from the game. Like he's running around and it's like, follow me, set me free. I feel like the internet would have caught on fire. Like maybe you would have maybe Joe Schmo off the street would be like, what is this? But I feel like you would have so many people sharing that online because oh my God, dude, like I was in the theater. Did you see that trailer? It was just the song from the Dreamcast game. I just feel like people don't put enough faith in something like risky like that. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you don't need me to tell you,
No, I mean, it just seems that they're just doing something completely original, but nothing that's associated with the franchise. I understand that movies have to disconnect themselves from like, the other properties or the media or whatever. Because like, I know a bad example would be like the Mario movie, but to me, that's like a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. Well, but see, I think that's a good example though of I feel like if you're going to adapt a video game, either go all out in making it its own thing and commit to that. Like Mario Brothers, they went like Blade Runner with it. I know not in a great way. I mean, I'm not saying it's legit a good movie, but I like it too. I actually liked it when I was a kid because it was so vividly like a weird direction. So there's one way, and then there's commit to keeping it the same as the game and going as far as you can with that. And both of those I think are valid directions. It's this middle area that sucks, where it's like, oh, you had it, but you didn't. Like, you know what I mean? It's just tepid. I think Mario is a great example of going. Even Miyamoto said that. He was on set every day of that movie, and they were like, how the hell did you not stop this thing? And he was like, I didn't want it to be like the game. I wanted it to be different. I wanted it, and I think it worked for what it was. I mean, it didn't work for most people, but I can forgive it for at least it went its own way. I think they got to go one way or the other, and this just, unfortunately, right now, it's just like it's stuck in this gray zone.
It's very polarizing because nothing aside from like a teaser poster and some information about the plot has been released. So this really could be like a make or break moment because I just care if the movie's entertaining. I don't care if it's bad or good. I just want to have a good time.
Yeah. That's kind of how I was. I remember when the Final Fantasy movie came out. I was like, what are they doing? What is this? And I remember people telling me, like, you know, who I knew who already saw it, they were like, hey, it's a good movie. Just let go of what it's supposed to be. You know, don't compare it to Final Fantasy VII or, you know, whatever. Just see it for its own thing. And I thought that too. I was like, as long as it's entertaining, I'm in, you know. But I thought that movie was boring. I thought it was, I didn't think it was that entertaining. So anyway, but that's how I feel. Hey, if it's entertaining, so be it. So we'll see. But oh man, but that's what the most I'm hoping for with Sonic is I kind of hope it goes so far in a like what direction that maybe it ends up being entertaining in that way.
Well, the thing that kind of that might be a possibility is that they might take a page from that Detective Pikachu movie where there was like cameos of different characters wandering in the background and everything.
Yeah.
So I really hope they do some type of nod for the fan base, because if they like have other characters from the games or comics, people are going to freak out. They're going to say, hey, you sold me.
Yeah. If they're like, here's the Wiggles the Gator, or what's the Gator's name?
Oh, Vector.
Vector. Why did I say Wiggles? How the hell did I get from Vector to Wiggles? Like, what the hell? Was I having a stroke just now? What happened? Anyway, Vector.
There's too many to remember.
Who were all the Chaotix characters? It was Vector, right? Vector was from Chaotix, right?
Yeah, he's like the leader, but then
I haven't
like,
thought about Sonic stuff in so long, so this is kind of fun to think about. Okay, so Vector was the Gator, and who else was in Chaotix? Charmy the Bee?
Yes, that's one of them.
Charmy the Bee. Mighty the Armadillo. Oh my god, I haven't thought about these.
Well, he recently appeared in Sonic Mania. He made like a triumphant comeback with Ray the Squirrel.
That's right. What was Ray originally from?
Oh, Sega Sonic the Arcade. It was a Japanese-only release back in 1995.
Whoa! So they went deep.
Yeah.
Now see, I'm throwing all this Sonic stuff out there because I know you're the Sonic expert, so that's why, you know. So a lot of this stuff for you is going to probably be like, what's that?
I'm like the Turtleverse guy, I guess.
You know, I think Mr. Brawl in the chat is right. We're gonna have to, you know, you may be called Sonicverse from here on out.
There you go.
But you know what? Call me Rangerverse, you know, if need be. But here's my one claim to fame in the Sonic arena. I'll say two claims to fame. One was that I used to go to Las Vegas all the time as a kid with my family. We would see family up there, and so we would always road trip it to Vegas at least once or twice a year. We would drive up there, and that is the only place. I remember constantly going to an arcade there and playing Sonic the Fighters.
Yeah.
And I remember telling people that, and they were like, there's no way you played that. That's not true. Nobody, that machine didn't go anywhere. And I remember even reading it in game magazines like, oh, it didn't make it to American arcades. I'm like, I've played it. And I remember playing that so much. Every time we went to Vegas in the summer, I would play that game. And people were like, no kid at school, believe me, there's no Sonic fighting game. What the hell are you talking about? But it did, right? Like it did. It was at the GameWorks in Vegas. They had a machine, but I never saw it anywhere else. Do you know what the deal was with that?
I have no idea, but I do remember playing it in Vegas. But this was like back in the
so you played it too. We played the same machine probably.
Yeah, but it got a re-release on the Sonic Gems collection for GameCube.
That's what I thought. But I think other than that collection, I think that one in Vegas was like one of the only machines. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, because there was no other information about other locations or arcade, anything.
I think that was one of the only cabinets that was ever made for that thing. So it makes me wish I frankly stole it. You know, I mean, I'm sure there had to be a way to break in and get that thing, but you know, I never figured it out.
Well, easily. I mean, wasn't that one of the games that used the Virtual Fighter engine?
I think it did, yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, Sega owned GameWorks, and of course, I mean you already know that. But the that's what I liked about GameWorks so much, especially in the late '90s or whenever that was, is that they had so much obscure Sonic stuff or Sega stuff, I should say, and even the one that's still in Seattle still has like a Knights mural. Like there's like Knights characters and like a couple Virtua Fighter characters, and it's just got that like late '90s like Sega charm. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
But speaking of like defunct amusement parks and everything,
Yeah.
and it kind of correlates to Sega and Sonic everything. Have you
Yeah.
heard of an amusement park called Sega World?
In Japan?
No, in Sydney, Australia. It was like a short-lived attraction from 1997 to 2000.
Oh, I think maybe I did hear about that. Yeah.
What really fascinated me about this is I started like following this guy that worked on the Disneyland Defunct Land YouTube channel.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I really fell down this rabbit hole recently about like old amusement parks and closed down rides and everything.
yeah.
And I really appreciate you posting that Horizons video about the people.
Oh my gosh, that video is incredible.
Just, like, taking pictures and like fooling around with the props and everything.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
Yeah, that was incredible, and again, that was edited by a Mega 64 viewer named Matthew Serrano. I hope I'm saying his name right. And he was showing me previews of it ahead of time, like, "Hey, here's some artwork I did to illustrate these guys getting on the ride." I already knew about Hoot Gibson and the other guys on that ride, or that did that. I like downloaded all of their videos. I have all their videos beforehand, but I'd never seen it all put into a wonderful documentary like that guy did, and that was incredible.
It was.
Yeah, I was happy to share that.
Yeah, because it was so endearing to see that, because I'm also a fan of the Horizons ride, but also the story about the two people that were just like sneaking in the ride and just having goofy fun with each other. I mean, it was just so emotionally engaging.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty incredible. It was very, very special. If anybody out there hasn't seen it, by all means, go check that out. What is the actual video called? Sneaking Onto Horizons?
Oh no.
I know it's by Matthew Serrano, and I know every word and thing associated with it, but I don't know the actual title.
Yeah, I don't either. But damn, it's well put together.
Sorry, I'm like really sniffly. It hasn't stopped. It hasn't gotten better. Anyway, well, just real quick, sorry, just to go back to my Sonic street cred.
Oh yeah.
I just want to say real quick, my other claim to fame is that I waited in line. You know, at E3, I don't like to wait in line for a lot of stuff. Like when I go, I'll check stuff out, and if something opens up, cool. Oh, this is sitting here. Okay, I'll play it. But I don't like to wait in a long line for stuff, typically. But when the Vita got announced, I was like, you know what? I want to wait and check that. I want to like see what this is all about because it looks pretty cool. And I waited in line for that, and I was behind Yuji Naka the entire time.
Wow.
And it's so funny. We were waiting in the same line. And I was like, this dude is waiting in the same line with me. Like, they couldn't cut you in to see the Vita. Like, what if he wants to make a game for it? But no, we were chilling in line the whole time. I street passed him. I have a street pass on 3DS. So that's all. That was just I stood next to him for a long period of time. That's it.
Hey, you had your Sega Sonic moment right there.
Yeah.
Wow. I think what's funny is that Yuji Naka has been posting these funny pics on Twitter about his reactions to the Sonic poster.
Oh, has he? Oh, really?
Yeah.
And what was that?
He has his kids with him, and they all have like these very pensive, depressed faces. Like they're so devastated at what they're seeing, and it's just like, no, what have you done to my son?
Man, that's got to be weird. That's got to be really weird. Whew. Well, anyway, thank you for your call. Excellent call.
Yeah, I actually did have a question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Speaking of Disney, they recently announced that they're going to remake The Black Hole. And the
I've been
original.
hearing that's been coming around back and forth a little bit. Like it's on and off for the past few years.
Yeah, it's been kind of off and on, but it's debatably one of my favorite live action Disney movies.
Oh, okay.
And I may get flack for this because they're, oh, it's just a Star Wars ripoff. It was from the 70s,
Sure.
so they wanted to cap it. Not at all. I mean, the fact that this was a movie I saw when I was like 5 years old, and I had like, I had the soundtrack, the toys, the books.
Yeah.
What's ironic about it is that it's this really dark film that's not for kids.
Yeah.
But yet it introduced me to like grim, dark, like very serious, dramatic narratives.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I recently rewatched the original, and it's still good. I mean, the characters. I mean, A-list cast, the haunting score, that chilling ending. I mean, it's just.
Now, this is my perspective of it. This is my perspective of it. I know this may not jive with yours. I'm not sure. I would say that actually the movie's biggest problem is what you just said about it being like, it was kind of like dark. It was kind of like not for kids, maybe, or whatever. I actually felt like I only saw it for the first time maybe a few years ago. And there were lots of things I liked about it. Some I didn't, whatever. But it didn't bother me that it was dark. I don't think that was an issue at all. But when it was over, I kind of thought to myself, that was kind of too dark for a young audience and kind of too young for an older audience, kind of. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, it's like when they did Saved by the Bell the college years. It was still kind of Saved by the Bell, like preteen kind of haha, but it also got like mature, and then it was too mature for the kids. So the kids are going, whoa, they're talking about like sex. And then like the adults are going, what is this kiddie show doing in primetime? You know, and I kind of could see that about The Black Hole a little bit. It was kind of in this middle space where you had the goofy little robot that was very Disney, but then you have like darker themes, and so I could see that being what held it back. But that didn't bother me. I like that personally. I think that's what makes it an interesting movie. But I could see that maybe that's why that held it back. That's just my take. But I thought it was kind of, watching it now, I thought it was kind of a corny movie, and kind of like I said, give and take. I think the designs in the movie are 10 out of 10. Because one of the big designers of that movie was George McInnes, and he did tons of the park stuff around that time. So like Space Mountain here in Disneyland, that was him. Like the dude who designed everything in that movie, he did our Space Mountain. So when you go there, it's extra special because you go in there and it's like, oh shit, I could totally tell. Like that guy designed all this. So for that, I really loved it. The story, I think, there were things give and take. Some of it I liked, some of it I didn't. But I thought it, by today's standards, corny. And again, I'm not saying that makes it bad. There's a lot of stuff that's corny that I love, but I thought a lot of it was corny. That ending, I think the ratio of how corny the movie is to how fucking mind-blowing the ending was off the charts. It was like, that movie was like, it was like, that is like one of the most incredible endings I've ever seen. It was just such a like, whoa, they pulled that off. I just didn't see that coming. So that was my take on it.
Yeah, because I was doing so much research on like the making of it and everything.
Yeah.
And the movie is based on like an allegory of Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you really watch it, it follows that narrative beat by beat.
Yeah. So in terms of them remaking it, personally, maybe you'll disagree with this. I feel like it's actually a good opportunity because say what you will about it, there's lots of stuff that I like about it, but it didn't hit a mass audience. For whatever reason, it didn't. And I feel like it's a good opportunity to actually like give it another shot in a way that like maybe brings it to a new, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't think it's the worst idea doing that movie. I think where I take issue with remakes is like the remaking The Lion King. That already had its chance. To me, it's like, didn't we nail that the first time? Like, does anyone have an issue with The Lion King? Like, what do we need to do again with The Lion King? But Black Hole, you know, whether I love the movie or not, I just feel like it never hit. It never hit where it could have. And so maybe this is something that they can do to like, that brings this franchise new life. That's how I feel about it. But I don't know. What do you think? Or do you think like, no, don't touch it?
I'm definitely within that camp, but at the same time, I just want Disney to return to that dark period of like the late 70s, early 80s, where they took a lot of risks.
Yes.
And it would be nice to finally see them do that again, since it just seems like everything is now streamlined and they're doing all these live action adaptations. It's like,
yeah.
Now, 2019 seems to be very dull for Disney. I mean, as much as I love, their movies and property and everything, it's just, come on, guys, do something fresh and original.
Yeah.
Or just like, pull out all the stops. Just go balls out crazy. Do something insane.
Yeah. I feel like they are in the business of crowd pleasers, and that's it. And they do that well. But yeah, something like the Black Hole, it doesn't fit into that mold. And you want them to take a risk like that, and I agree. So that does kind of hurt the chances of it. I feel like personally, the only thing that Disney is taking that allows to take risks is actually Pixar. And that sounds kind of like, oh, come on, Pixar? Like what? But I feel like that's kind of the only thing in their wheelhouse that does take risks. And I would say, and I'm actually curious, I want to ask everybody out there what they feel like, what was the last big risk that Disney took? Because what I'm thinking is the last time that I was sitting there and I thought, whoa, Disney took a risk on this was actually Wall-E. Because Wall-E, when he gets to that space colony and they're all overweight and with their iPads and stuff, I thought, whoa, okay, they took a chance on that. This might not fly with some people. I thought that was risky given the crowd pleaser status of Disney normally. But some people in the chat are saying Last Jedi. I could see that. I could say that maybe a little bit.
Yeah, that's definitely a risky take that they made with Star Wars, that's for sure. I mean, there's still video commentaries and reviews on that film, and it's been like a year and a half already.
Yeah. So I could, but I could say, they took risks within the film, but at the end of the day, it was still Star Wars, and they could have taken a dump for 2 hours and people would have seen it. So is it that big of a risk? I don't know. At the end of the day, they had the Star Wars shield over it. You know what I mean? But yeah, in terms of just a raw out there new movie kind of risk, the last thing I could think was Wall-E, but I don't know. I agree. They are kind of in the business. They're kind of just doing crowd pleasers, and for Black Hole to really work, they would have to like take some risks. I agree with that.
Yeah, because I think they would have to dig back into their archive, since Black Hole kind of falls under that pocket of time with, Disney's dark period with Something Wicked This Way Comes, Tron, Lady in the Woods or something. I forgot the name. It's like this.
Oh yeah.
This woman is like blindfolded in the forest, and they gotta find her.
Bird
or whatever.
Box. Something like that. Whatever.
Maybe it was the prequel.
Yeah, who knows?
But yeah, I missed that period of Disney. Like, oh, Black Cauldron, that's another one.
Oh, okay.
And it's just, I want them to take risks again. Just do something, fun and engaging, but also like respect your audience too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think though, like that kind of stuff is cyclical. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're in a period right now movies are being taken as experiences, kind of like more than like people aren't going to the movies for like, yeah, fucking challenge me. People, I feel like right now are going to the movies to like, okay, I can't hear about Trump or the news or anything anymore. I want to go in and see a movie. And it's like, people are treating movies like rides right now. And this is not pointing a finger. It's just what I'm seeing culturally is people are seeing movies as that. I want to go to Infinity War and see the the biggest battle ever. I want to go to this or that and just see the biggest this, the biggest that ever. And they're going as rides. All the discussion I feel like is in TV right now, you know, because that's a commitment. And so if you want to do it, there it is. I want to watch True Detective and have something to talk about. I want to watch Twin Peaks and have something to dig into. That's where it all is. But I feel like movies, people are using movies as their isolation from like, hey, fuck the rest of the world. Let me go see this movie. I'm away from everything and I could sit and just have a thrill ride, you know? And that's just kind of culturally where they're at right now. But I think things go cyclical. You know, we'll go through a period where people start kind of getting away from that and somebody's going to do a breakthrough movie that's really provocative and thoughtful. And then that'll be the hot thing. Like, ooh, I want something to argue about, you know? And so, you know, we'll see. I don't know. That's kind of where we're at. So we'll see where Black Hole comes out. Maybe, you know, maybe if it comes out now, maybe it'll be just kind of a thrill ride and that's it. But if it comes out later, maybe they'll feel a little safer. And I don't know if I'm making any sense, you know, but
You know, it's hard to tell with Disney because
Yeah.
they're just unpredictable these days. But speaking of television, this is probably going to offend you.
Okay.
I just received the whole box set of The Sopranos. I
Okay.
have never seen it before.
Oh, damn.
Am I in for something good?
Yeah. That's one of the few shows. Listen, my favorite show ever is Lost. You know, that's just mine. You know, I have a few shows that I love. Even Lost, my number one favorite show ever. I would feel if somebody asked me, is that show art? I love the show, but it would be hard for me to say, oh, dude, it's a piece of art. I mean, maybe, I guess it is by the nature of television and what it is. I guess it is art, but Lost to me, I mean, you could, you know, it's popcorn, it's emotion, it's sappy, it's whatever. You know, would I call it art? I don't know. Sopranos, Sopranos is American art. You are in for a real treat, and that's a show that is a perfect example of every episode when it ends, you have stuff to discuss. It opens a dialogue, it's provocative. It's not just mafia show. Hey, forget about it. Bang bang. It's not. It is episodes end with you going like, oh man, I legitimately don't know how I felt about the decision that character made. Like, I don't know. And it causes you to look at your own morals and your own you know what I mean? It kind of makes you analyze yourself. There's episodes where you'll be mad they didn't kill someone. And then they kind of turn it on you. Like, you were happy they were going to kill someone? You know, like they make you sit with that. Like, what is that? Ew, I was wishing someone would die. What is that? What is that catharsis through TV? And you know what I mean? It just kind of makes you look at those things in yourself. And I don't know any other show that does that. So, yeah, you are in for a treat. Also, this call right now, you should screen cap and record. And I hope this doesn't offend you. I hope this doesn't upset you. But by the time you're done with that show, you're going to gain 20 to 30 pounds. So, you know, screenshot yourself now just as motivation, you know, to lose some of the weight. Because let me tell you, you're going to watch that show and every episode you're going to be like, oh, that Italian food. Oh, man. Oh, God. Who has ziti? Do they have ziti? Maybe I'll go to a restaurant and get some ziti. You're going to eat so much Italian food by the end of the show. You're going to be hungry after every episode. It's impossible. I don't see how you can watch that show and not gain a ton of weight. So I'm telling you, you know, if you need a workout plan, talk to me. We'll work out, you know, we'll figure it out, you know, but that's a big problem with that show is every time I watch it, I'm like, the lasagna looks so good. And none of it's good. None of it's like, oh, wow, that's a really good looking salad. It's all carb city. So I'm telling you, get ready. Get ready.
And you definitely got me hyped up because it definitely quelled my fear. Like, oh, it's just another mafia TV.
No, I promise it does whatever it can to circumvent that. Anytime it's going that way, it goes, no. That's not, it's some real stuff. So you're going to like it.
Awesome.
And there's an entire season that is just Sonic. Sorry if I spoiled that. Tony Soprano doesn't even show up. It's all Sonic. hairy legs, all that stuff. And Vector shows up.
Hey,
I'm just kidding.
well-
I'm getting your hopes up. I'm sorry. That's
No, no, I mean, completely understandable, but
I think they do play. I think they do play Dreamcast in the first season. I'm actually not joking about that. I think it.
oh, because it's from 1999, right?
Yeah, I think they're actually. I think Tony does. I think they do have a Dreamcast in their house. So
Holy
you might
cow.
see for a second, but that's all.
Oh, that's so cool. It's so it's kind of like a time capsule of like the 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Like there's stuff in like even the last season. There's stuff that's so 2007 that you'll be like, oh my god, like that, you know. It, but they want it to be like that. Like they wanted to show it for that time. It's always meant to be that, you know. So
nice.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, anyway, thank you for your call. I appreciate it. That was a very good call. Covered some very disparate things, but good stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate, and you know, hopefully I'll show up for game days this year, unless
Hell yeah.
anything fortunate happens. But you know, life is unpredictable.
You never know, but we hope to see you there. And good luck with everything. Hope everything's good with the transition and all that. And thank you very much once again. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too, man.
Take care. That was a very good call. That was a really good call. Well, I didn't realize it's almost midnight. I have a lot to do. So maybe I need to go. I think I do. We'll give one last call. One last quick little call. Steven.
Hey, how are you doing, Rocco?
Hey, how's it going? We're going to do this as a one kind of quick little final call.
Okay, I got a pretty simple question then I can ask you if that works.
Well, let me ask you. I got a question for you first. You edited that video. It was the fake clip of Super Saiyan 8 Goku, right?
I don't know what you're talking. I just filmed it. Yeah.
Oh, you just filmed it at the theater.
I just filmed
Okay.
the screen. Don't.
Oh, it's
No,
been
yeah.
awesome. That contributed so much because, man, I just love confusing people on Twitter. I've been getting tweets and messages all day that are just like, wait, I saw the movie. Where was Super Saiyan 8? And I'm like, and my answer is the same every time. Watch the movie again.
Yeah.
So Funimation's got to love me because everyone's buying
Yeah.
a second ticket.
Yeah, I've been getting some stuff on Twitter of people like, I think I watched the movie. This doesn't happen, and entirely other people
Yeah.
will go in and say like, you saw the wrong movie. You got to go to the theater, get your money back. They showed you the old movie.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you watch the new movie. So that's been fun.
I just love telling people to see the movie again as if an entire scene will reveal itself by seeing it a second time. Like, why would you
Exactly.
not see that the first time if you're sitting there? But I tell them every time, no, watch the movie twice. Like that'll unlock it or something.
Well, you gotta hope that like one or two people were like, "Oh shoot, I like went to the bathroom. Did I miss it?
Yeah.
Did I went to go get some popcorn?"
Yeah, hopefully
What?
some people thought
Yeah.
that. But anyway,
Yeah.
so did you have a question?
Yeah, I had a quick question. I've been playing. It's an old game on the PS3, but I've been playing Warhawk. I don't know if you remember that old launch title.
Yeah, I think I
lately.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, mainly because they're gonna close down the servers in like a week.
Oh,
so
okay,
since it's an
okay.
online only game,
Yeah.
that's it for the game.
Okay.
So my question is, are there any games like that you just simply can't play anymore? Maybe because they closed the servers, or maybe it's a PC game that just never got put on Steam or anything like that?
I can tell you right now. A game that was, I'm going to say this was the official. Everybody in the chat said MAG. Wow, I didn't know that many people
Yeah,
play, or
well,
Metal
MAG.
Gear Online. Okay.
I found that one out by accident. Yeah.
I can tell you my number one. I was never into the shooter scene and all that stuff. None of that. Or the MMO scene, whatever. But the one game that we played, we used to edit videos in my room at home before we had like a studio and, whatever. We would edit in my room. And we would always have one person editing on the computer, and then everyone else would play video games waiting for the video to be done, or we'd just be hanging out while they were editing. And every time we would play one game, and then they killed the online, and it killed the game. You couldn't play it anymore. And that was a PS3 digital game, Calling All Cars. It was a PS3 game where you were like cops and robbers in cars trying to get away from each other, and you'd steal money and try to drive it back to your base. Shout out David Jaffe. He made the game. That was his post God of War game.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved Calling All Cars. That was an amazing game.
Yeah, I never had that one, but I guess it's too late. I can't pick it up now then.
Yeah, it was only like after a year they were like, yeah, we're killing all support for this game. I was like, no.
A year, because Warhawk is like 12 or 13 years, like it's had its time.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Mag was like 5 or 6. I thought that was kind of sucky, but
yeah. I forgot about Mag though. That's so funny.
Yeah, no, I forgot about it for like 3 years. Then just one day I was like, I'm in the mood to play a shooter. The only one I have is Mag. Only play you can't even launch the game. Like you can only pull it up on the PS3 launch bar.
Right.
Like, you can't open the disc.
Yeah.
They won't even let you do that. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Well, anyway, yeah, I'm sad. No, I'm sad.
Sad day.
See that. But I did play Phantasy Star Online on the Dreamcast. When they killed that, I was sad. I was sad. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. But anyway, well, thank you for your call.
Yeah, thanks for taking it.
Thank you. And thanks for filming that scene in the theater. That was cool.
Of course. Yeah, I had to spread the word.
Thank you. All right, well, take it easy.
You have a good night, Rocco.
Oh, wait. I had a question for you. Wait, what was my question? Okay, wait, hold on. There's no Morphicon this year. That's not happening.
Not in California. They're doing one in Houston.
Oh, that's right.
Like a small one, yeah.
It was a Power Ranger related thing.
Oh, okay. Well, shoot. Now we have to
thought.
ask it. Oh, man.
I don't remember what it was. Do you think that new one's going to be good or what?
Beast Morphers?
Yeah.
I want it to be good.
Hasbro owns it now. Do you think that'll make things better, basically?
I don't think so, honestly, because it's the same crew making it over in New Zealand, and it's still on Nickelodeon, so it's still like the same kind of, you got to hit this audience.
Yeah.
So unless Hasbro really wants to change things up, I feel like the show is in the same hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Yeah. I it's so weird to me. I have no, I don't watch any of the new shows. Like people always, I get so much email that are like, oh, you're the biggest Power Ranger fan I know. You're the, oh yeah, you talk about Power Rangers so much. That's your biggest thing. And it's so funny. Like, yeah, the first like 6 years of it, like that's I could tell you everything inside and out on those first, like through Lost Galaxy.
Yeah.
After that, I did watch a few more after that, but it's not my expertise anymore. But I still get that. It's like, oh my gosh, how many times did you watch, Dino Charge? It's like, not at all. But it's funny to me. I don't watch these new ones because I don't feel like that I'm the audience, It is very, it is not, there's nothing there for me as an adult. And it's so funny because I just feel like I know a lot of people who still religiously watch it and they're never happy. And it's been
I'm
like
one of those people.
Oh, there you go. See, I see people who have watched it since Samurai coming back on, and I just feel like it's an extended misery. Like every time I talk with them, it's like, oh no, Megaforce was torture. No, and I'm just like, what? So what is it? What do you? Is it out of habit you watch it, or what do you think?
In like 2012, I moved to LA and they'd started putting them on DVD.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I've never had Mighty Morphin on DVD. I'll buy that. And then they put more seasons on DVD. So I just kind of watched them from the beginning till now. And I saw seasons I had never seen before. And then, I catch up to now and it's like, well, shoot, I've seen 800 episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see what this next one is. Let's see what this next one is.
Okay. So it's that. It's
And-
kind of like just,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I could see that. Like, I only really liked the first 4 seasons of Degrassi, but I watched it through like 11.
Yeah.
So, I get it.
Yeah, and also I knew that they had these comics on the horizon, and if you had, I don't know if you like read all of Shattered Grid or anything, but like if you had seen all of the seasons, there you can appreciate a lot more of like, oh shoot, like this character that's actually true to their character from this one season in like 2007.
Yeah.
Little details like the fact that someone would go through this kids show and actually treat the lore really respectfully and seriously and say, oh, you know what, this is actually really relevant to this super evil villain that's actually a good villain. So let's use it.
So that's what I was.
This goofy dragon, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. Is the comic kicks ass?
Yeah.
Like that, I
Oh,
have
yeah.
been. Now the only thing is I've only been reading the like the trade paperbacks they've been putting out.
Mhm.
So like all the Shattered Grid stuff, I'm not like caught up on anything. Like I've only read up until the whatever the latest. I don't even know if I read the latest paperback that came out. I don't know if I had time. But I'm reading, so I'm pretty behind.
Yeah.
With that stuff. But of what I've read, it was incredible. I thought one of the coolest things that they did at the last Morphicon was the live reading they did of Shattered Grid. That was fantastic. That was amazing.
I was working my booth, so I couldn't go to that, but I would like leave if I had a free minute and just pop my head in. Because I had a friend, my friend was playing Kimberly on the panel. So I was like, I got to go see Megan be Kimberly. And every time I picked the best times to pop in because I was popping my head in, and then, David Fielding would talk as Zordon.
Yeah.
And they had the reverb on.
Yeah.
Everybody had chills. Even like the people on stage were like, whoa. And they gave Barbara Goodson like actually good dialogue to read as Rita.
Yeah, which
and
that
she went crazy with it.
That was the most
was
alien thing to me is she started talking, and I was like, "What is this? How Rita talked? Is this, And she's talking like this about whatever, and I'm like, I had a second of like, this isn't how Rita talked, is it? And then it hit me. I was like, no. We never heard Rita have good dialogue.
Yeah.
All we heard her was exclamations. Okay, I've got a headache. That's it. But she was like, she had this really chilling dialogue with Tommy or whatever. And it was like, oh yeah, we just never saw this side of this character. And then, she would yell something and it was classic Rita. But
to kind of tie it back to, like, why do we keep watching? I and a couple other friends have like this, hope is too strong word, but we think like, occasionally, I know you didn't really like Time Force, but there'll be seasons like Time Force or RPM where it's like, this show can get serious. And appeal to both adults and kids and pull it off. And there's this mentality on the newer show, it feels like, where it's a kid's show. You don't really have to try. And
who cares kind of thing.
But there are so many shows. Like I finished the new Voltron show on Netflix. That's a cartoon, but it works. No matter what age you are. And we think like, man, I wish, this show could be that.
Power Rangers used to be the best at that. And that's what's so frustrating is it used to, I knew we had family friends that were, they were adults to me when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember them asking me questions. I remember them going, oh my God, like, what was it that they asked me about? But it was some kind of continuity thing. It was, I want to say it was, oh man, I'm trying to remember. I want to say it was like when Mighty Morphin was wrapping up. I remember a grown-ass adult man going, dude, they have to get the Zeo Crystal? Like, that was the thing that they... That was the thing that Master Vile was trying to get, right? Like, I remember an adult asking me that. There was enough there continuity-wise that adults could watch it. I mean, it was still a kid's show. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It was pretty crazy. And despite what I said about Time Force, like, I just want to clarify, like, that was where I was kind of falling out of the show. Like its overarching continuity was gone, and I kind of lost my connection to it. And I didn't embrace Time Force like other people did, but I see what people like about it. At the end of the day, it had a strong overarching thing, and it had a great cast, and it had all this stuff, and it came together into a show that people connected to. So it's not like, oh, I don't get it, or anything, but I just, it wasn't my thing. I kind of liked the past seasons were a lot more like hodgepodge kind of weird shows, and that one was actually its most cohesive almost, and it almost wasn't my thing, kind of, but I see what people love about it. It had a great villain, it had all kinds of stuff. So I get it.
No, I fell out of the show around like In Space and Lost Galaxy for similar-ish reasons. So Time Force is a very new appreciation for me. Only like 2 or 3 years ago did I watch it. So
Yeah, I should watch it again and see what I think about it now.
yeah,
Because
I mean, I don't know if you're into tabletop stuff, but they made like a sequel season to it on Hyperforce.
I was aware of that. I didn't
Yeah.
watch it.
If tabletop things aren't your thing, there's just like recaps that you can read, and
Oh,
it'll
okay.
take you much quicker. Yeah,
Okay.
you can just read the recaps.
Okay.
But it was cool to see old Rangers come back. Aisha comes back. They brought a bunch of old Andros comes back.
Yeah, that's cool.
And like they brought their actor. Yeah, that's cool.
It sucks because sometimes, let me just say, I have some Schadenfreude here, or whatever. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I write it out a lot, but I never say it. But I will say, it was almost hysterical how bad they handled Gokaiger in that show.
Yeah.
Like, the Super Mega Force.
Yeah.
Thing. That I actually kept trying to check it out because I loved Gokaiger so much that I was like, okay, let's see what they're doing. And I bought all the American toys. Like, I hadn't done that in a million years. Like, I'll buy the legacy stuff. But in terms of a new series, I never buy that stuff. But I bought all the Super Mega Force stuff because it was like, oh, dude, the keys and the thing.
The
I got all
pirate
that.
designs. And
Oh,
the
yeah.
vest
Love it
suits
all. And the
yeah.
fact that they're pirates, they don't acknowledge they're pirate. It was just
No.
so, like, sloppy. But I have to say, they finally did, like, the legendary battle or whatever at the end of that. I think the mistake with it's hard because I didn't watch I was so tuned out by that point, but I watched that episode and honestly, I did enjoy it. But I thought it worked. I thought it was entertaining in the context of not watching anything else. Them building up to that was a mistake. Like, that was like, oh my God, you guys fought for 2 minutes. But it almost paid off to not watch the rest of that season because I watched it in a vacuum and it was like, ooh, it's that person. Ooh, it's that person. Ooh, oh, look, they all got together. Oh, that was cool. Okay, done. But oh my God, the fact that they were like hyping that up for 2 years, like, that was, what were they thinking?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and they had the 25th anniversary just like last year.
Oh,
and
so I was just gonna say I still haven't seen that.
Oh,
I haven't seen it yet.
I won't talk specifics.
Sure.
But they did a lot better job of. They only started talking about it a month before.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and that's what I was gonna say. I think
moderate
that's
expectations.
I think that's why I heard a lot more positive stuff about it. I heard some mixed stuff too, but in general, I heard more positive stuff, and I really think it was because I started seeing stuff for it 2 weeks ahead, and it was like, ooh, this came out of nowhere. Okay, and oh my God, the legendary battle thing. Seriously, I remember seeing clips of that at Morphicon 2 years before it aired, and even there, I remember thinking, no matter what they do, they're gonna let people down because
too much hype.
How big can this be? Like, we already know as big as it can get. Like, what can this be that won't like just be like whelming instead of overwhelming? Like,
and it was just kind of disappointing because Gokaiger was so good at like every episode, pretty much like, oh, here's the red car ranger just doing traffic light stuff.
Yeah.
And, the Gal Ranger is a vet, and they all just have little cameos. And the Super Mega Force was like they had 2, and those 2 were good, but it was like, man, it would have been nice if you had more. But I get that it's in New Zealand, and most of the actors from Saban are here, and they had this weird thing like they didn't want to acknowledge the Disney actors, even though that's who lives in New Zealand.
Yeah, that was weird, man.
Yeah.
That was really weird. And what's with this filming with in New Zealand stuff? Bring it back to California.
Man.
Bring it back. I will say, as a proud lifelong Californian, I did enjoy in that show, every now and then they would shoot somewhere that was like, I think we were just there. Like, they shot somewhere and it was like not far from Knott's Berry Farm. And I was like, I'm going to be there next week. Like, will I see them there? I don't know. It added to it to me as a kid. But now what's this New Zealand stuff? New Zealand, they got enough. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, they've had it longer than California had it when you think about it. But
crazy.
when I moved to California, I would occasionally just be driving around. Like, I was coming home from a shoot, took a couple wrong turns. I was like, that's the high school.
Yeah.
That's the high school that they shoot in front of. And I just, pull over and I'm like, what? That, and just places like that. Vasquez Rocks, great place to hike. Command Center, Desert of Despair.
Yeah.
A bunch of other stuff. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, SoCal.
Yeah,
gotta bring
that's
it
what I'm saying. Bring it back here. Make it easy. You know, I can't believe that the incentive they get to film there. I get it. Like, there's an incentive. They must be getting incentives to film there. But it blows my mind that the incentives would outweigh. Like, they fly all these people from California and stuff. I'm
Yeah,
just like,
and you know
what?
A weird thing, and maybe you can agree with me, is, you know, I was just talking about, like, they should have put more cameos in Super Mega Force.
Yeah.
I heard, you know, they flew everyone over for that one episode. They had, like, I don't know, like 8 or 12. I don't remember. A good amount of Rangers just crammed into that one episode. But I heard they were there for 2 weeks. So I'm thinking, if you're smart with your production, and that season the Rangers literally wear the same thing every episode, you can take those 8 people and say, all right, TJ from In Space, we're going to just put you in a scene that's going to be in like episode 8.
Yeah.
We'll just film that. Okay, we got Cassie from In Space. Yeah, here's the scene from episode 14. We'll put you in there.
Yeah.
Because 2 weeks, you know, like if you're a little smart about it, I feel like you can really stretch that out.
Yeah. Man, put me behind that show. I'll get a cameo in every episode.
Yeah.
You know, come on. I mean, that you know, as much as I'm kind of whatever about, you know, the new series and all that stuff, if someone put a gun to my head and was like, what's your dream? What's your dream thing to like write or direct? It would be an episode of Power Rangers. It that would be, and not only because I want to, or like, oh man, how cool would that be? I got all ideas and stuff, but also because I think I could do it. Like, I wouldn't want to take on, you know, direct a new movie with Daniel Day-Lewis in it. I wouldn't know what the hell I was doing. I'd be sitting there with the camera like, okay, act real good, sir. Okay. But Power Rangers, I watched so much and I absorbed so much of its editing style and its visual language and stuff that I feel like right now, if they woke me up in the middle of the night and, dude, you got to go to New Zealand and direct an episode right now, I'd be like, when's the plane? All right, get me on the plane. I could do it. And so that would be my dream. So I'm going to throw an email to, I was going to say Saban, but never mind. Hasbro, if you're out there, Hasbro, if you're watching this stream, call me up. I'll do it for free. I'll do it for peanuts. And I will write and direct. And it will be the best episode. And I thought about this. Do you know what the episode would be about?
What would it be?
People have asked me about this a bunch of times. And off the cuff, I never have an answer. Old Rangers would come back. I never have a good answer. Now I have an answer. I was going to bed the other night and it hit me. I was like, that's the episode. That's the episode. Something unresolved from the old show. I love the idea of the Rangers being like old now, kind of, you know, like it's been a long time. And maybe have a peaceful life to themselves, whatever. And I love them being summoned. I love that idea. But how would you get there? Okay. My episode would be nobody remembers the Verox. These dudes that were flying in ships chasing down the Gold Ranger in Zeo.
Oh.
They were only in like one episode, and that's how you that's how you find out about the Gold Ranger. Like these gold alien dudes are chasing down the Gold Ranger in their ships, and then they get shot at and they fly away. It would be today, modern day, the Verox shows up with worse forces, like bigger forces, like, hey, where's the pyramid pilot? We want the pyramid pilot. And they're talking about the Gold Ranger, and it's like, what? And maybe they're from somewhere where time does not flow the same. So for them, that battle was 5 minutes ago, but for us, it's been 20 years, and it's like, wait, what? Like, these big golden pyramids are in the sky, and we don't know what to do. And they're like, where's the pyramid? And they want Pyramidas, the Gold Ranger Zord, but that thing's long gone. That's not around anymore. So what do? So they start attacking the Earth, and they're sweeping the oceans looking for it. In the sweep, they find the Dragon Zord. That's still down there. They find Titanus. They find all this stuff, and they just start like, maybe that's their abilities. They make machines work or something. So all these old things from all these different seasons start coming up back to life, and they're, you know, and it's like, what do we do? And they using like DNA shit or something, like they find they're looking for the Gold Ranger and they end up finding Jason, and it's Austin St. John nowadays, and he's got the beard and he's like a family man. But like that, he's the last person they find that traces of that energy. They're, they don't know they're looking for Trey of Triforia, but it leads them to Jason, and it's the original Red Ranger, who and they got him captive, and I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this, but that's the route I would go.
Hey,
like
that I would watch that. And
there you go. Well, there it is. Hasbro, you hear that? This guy would watch it.
I'd watch that. Hasbro.
He would watch it.
I would watch it.
So there you have it.
I'm not. This isn't like a spoiler for when you do watch the 25th anniversary thing, but one good thing that they do, it's a reunion episode. You're going to see old Rangers come back. They kind of imply that with all these old Rangers coming back, it's implied in like their interactions that they're not like all retired. Like they all might team up here and there and stuff that you just don't see.
Yeah, that's cool.
Know?
Yeah.
So there's room for that.
Yeah, that's
that
cool.
happened, and it makes sense that these old Rangers now would know to team up. You know, they have some sort of network to call each other and say, okay, let's mishmash together a team.
Yeah.
And handle this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I really like that. So I got to watch that episode. I've kind of just been waiting. I don't know what the best way is to watch it. Like I've been waiting for like, Netflix will get all the episodes or something.
Yeah.
But can you watch them on like the Nickelodeon app or something? Or
technically yes, but you have to put in your cable provider, and I do pay for cable.
Yeah.
And my cable provider is on the Nick website, but it just won't let me. It's like,
okay.
Spectrum, you can't watch it. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Cool.
I pay for this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, we'll see. I might be stealing my parents' info and putting that in and see what happens.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Well, anyway, okay. Well, this is supposed to be a short call, and then I started talking about the Verox, so it went wrong. But anyway, thank you for your call. Appreciate it.
Of course. All right. You have a good MLK week.
Thank
Rocco.
you. Take it easy. All right, everybody. Thank you for tonight. Thank you for tonight. Oh, G-Lo. Anyway, thanks, everybody. MLK week continue. MLK month, maybe. Who knows? But it's not over. We're going to now leave you with some very important MLK messages. These are direct. We're going to play right now some original archival footage of MLK just to celebrate the legacy.